It's the Orioles unmasked, and it's game 2 of the doubleheader here at Camden Yards. The Orioles come away with a 1-run win in game 1, taking it by a score of 5-4. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne along with Jim Palmer. Not only did the Orioles get the win and they end a 6-game losing streak, they also end an 11-game losing streak within the division, which just happened to be the 4th longest such streak in Orioles history. So they get that taken care of. Now they got a chance at a doubleheader sweep.
Well, Jeffrey Ramirez is going to get the pitch against Luis Cessa, who the Orioles have seen. So, the one thing about Jeffrey, he comes out of the Yankee organization. They actually got him last year for international money. So he's got a pretty good fastball. He's got a good changeup. The slider got a lot better, changed the grip on it. So, and he throws a lot of strikes. So it's a pretty good combination for a young pitcher. He's only 24. So again, you can see Seattle, you can see Philadelphia, you can see the Red Sox. So 3 pretty good hitting lineups he's had to face. Gives you a chance to win. And then, Cessa hasn't won in 13 starts for the Yankees. So we'll see how long he's able to go, and not only because they have such a great bullpen, but again, the Orioles get the big hits, something that's eluded them. And, again, the bullpen, Mike Wright pitches well, so everybody chips in. It was a huge win for the Orioles.
Wright gets the win 2-0. Givens did an outstanding job, and Zach Britton his 2nd save of the year in the first one here at Camden Yards. The bullpen's so important in these doubleheader ball games because you're going to have to use them. The Orioles actually, it went exactly as planned. Yacobonis was going to start, or Wright if they'd had him available. That's how they went down, and then they had their best out of the bullpen. And Wright's become very impressive here over the last month.
Yeah, I just talking to a lot of the scouts. They said perfect place for him. Doesn't have to worry about 4 or 5 days between starts. Comes in. Actually, we saw 97. We saw some clutch pitches. And the bottom line is that Yacobonis did a nice job because he stayed away from the big inning.
Kept the Orioles in the ball game. All right, we're ready to go for game 2. Orioles would love dearly to have a sweep against the Yankees. Good crowd on hand, and that will be expanded here for the evening version. Masson is brought to you by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Beautiful evening, beautiful afternoon. What a day for baseball. Take a look at our game time temperature brought to you by BGE Home. We know more, we do more. It is 84 degrees. Humidity still low, 41. Clear skies, and right now no breeze at all here at the ballpark. Let's take a look at the Yankees and their starting lineup. Gardner didn't start game one. Judge, Gregorius, Stanton, Bird did not start game one. And Duhar did not start game one. Fraser, Romine did not start game one. And Walker. So would you move your hand off the pole there, please? We don't want you to get hit by a foul ball and get hurt. For Giancarlo Stanton in July, 3 home runs already.
And there is Jeffrey Ramirez, and you know, we do the changeup because it makes the fastball. It's 92 to 93, 4 somewhere in that range, maybe a touch below that, and then the slider changed the grip a little bit. So again, in his last appearance, and that was against Philadelphia, where he pitched very well. He really got beat, you know, a walk on a double, and then a error by Chris Davis. So again, low numbers. I mean, not a lot of innings, so he's still learning at this level, but comes out of the Yankee organization for international money, and now a chance to maybe pitch regularly in the big leagues. He's been that impressive.
So a great chance for him, as it was for Yacobonis in game one. The Orioles going with 2 rookie pitchers in this game. That's how quickly the face of a ball club can change when you're taking a look at what's ahead. And the Orioles are indeed doing that today, and got to like what they saw in the first game of this doubleheader. The last time the Orioles pitched 2 rookies, Tyler Wilson and Mike Wright Jr. against the White Sox in 2015. Last time they had rookie pitchers in a twin bill. This time Yacobonis on the right, non-decision, but held the Orioles in with a chance, and Ramirez on the left, who starts here in game 2. So we are ready to go. Ramirez delivers, and here is Gardner. Came on to make the final out of the first game, and now he gets the first at bat in game number 2.
Yeah, big weekend. Home run Friday, walk-off, or not a walk-off, but game-winning base hit yesterday.
And Gardner will put that one in play. Gardner is now 10 for 28 against the Orioles on the season, and he starts it out with a leadoff single, and the only thing in his mind is, wish I'd have hit that in my last bat.
Yeah, but Zach Britton's not pitching. Peterson, Rickard, Valencia, that's your outfield. Beckham, Machado, Scope, Davis. Chris got the first game off, and then Chance Sisco. Caleb Joseph behind the plate the first game. Chance having a chance to pitch, or at least catch here in the second.
So Ramirez will work with the runner on, and here is Aaron Judge at the plate. DH batting second, and will take the pitch for a strike. Aaron had a base hit, RBI, struck out a couple of times, went 1 for 4 in the first game of the doubleheader. He's having a big July, hitting .357 so far this month. Big lead, Gardner. Wow. Yeah, you got to throw over on that one. Gardner was almost a step onto the cut of the grass.
Oh, young pitcher, 8 steals out of 9. I would imagine, I don't know if you want to get thrown out unless you think you can make it, but again, 23 steals last year, early in his career, 4 or 5 years ago. 46 to 48 every year, so he knows how to run.
And Judge on a pitch down and away will foul tip it into the mitt. Chance Sisco hanging on to it.
And that's the slider that they worked on, and much better against the Phils. So it gives them really a third pitch.
Infield set a double play depth. Judge with the 0-2. Gardner not going. In the air to right field. He hit it pretty good. At the wall, and it is hauled in. Runner tags, throw into second base, not in time. Danny Valencia played it perfectly, knew where it was, right back to the screen, and hauled it in.
Yeah, meanwhile, Gardner, who can really run the bases and heads up play, I think he thought if it's out of the ballpark, I don't have to do anything, but he tags up. So it's not routine, because I thought it might have been a home run. And right here, Ramirez going, well, there's going to be a play at second, so I better go back up. So they do have a runner in scoring position.
That'll bring up Didi Gregorius. Yankees went 4 for 10 with runners in scoring position in game 1. Didi Gregorius had a 1 for 4, started in that first game. Orioles won it. They out hit the Yankees. The Orioles 5-10-0. The Yankees 4-9-0. 7 left on by the O's and 5 by the Yankees. So Gregorius gets the first RBI chance. The Yankees shortstop. Ramirez will look back. They hold the runner. Pitch will be taken outside. Gregorius 7 for 19 with a home run and a couple of RBIs against the Orioles this season.
And we told you about that. It came in that first game at 189 runners in scoring position. When he drove in 30 runs in April, he had 296. So, but did get a hit with a runner in scoring position in game 1.
That ball ripped to the corner. If it stays fair, it's a run. It is. Gardner will trot in. Valencia's got a chance for an out. Head first dive, stayed on the bag. Double and an RBI for Didi Gregorius. And the Yankees are on the board.
Well, they're on a mission. They don't like to lose games. They know they lost the first one. Don't want to get swept. Better get some runs. Ends up pretty much in the middle of the plate. And he smacks it. Valencia plays it well. And play the Karen. He's had a pretty active first inning already, but that little bobble and then the perfect throw. Gregorius playing in front of him, knows where to go.
So he picks up the RBI. He's on at second base, also in scoring position. And Ramirez surrenders a run in the first inning for the first time in his young career. And here's Giancarlo Stanton. 2 for 4, home run in game 1. Runner on at second base, 1 away. Didn't take long for Gregorius to get his uniform dirty. Grounded down to third. It's a fair ball. Beckham will hold. And the throw in plenty of time to get Stanton.
Yeah, pretty good changeup. Bottom dropped out, so you get the ground ball. And young pitcher. Can he maintain his poise? No single. Nice base running by Gardner, tagging up on the long fly ball. Gregorius drives him in, and then, hey, if you give him 1 run in the first, okay, that's all it is, 1.
Bring Greg Bird up. Did not play in the first game. So Bird, he gets the RBI chance. Only 190 in the month of July. Only 4 hits this month. He will take the pitch down low for a ball. Bird also only 120 with runners in scoring position. Not a good number.
Had to have the ankle surgery, so missed a bunch of games. 23 hits, 12 for extra bases, so he can drive the ball.
Bird will take it outside from Ramirez. Ramirez coming into the game in his major league games covers only 14 innings. The left-handers were 3 for 21. Right-handers 5 for 28. And the only home run hit by a right-hander against him at the major league level. And Bird swinging through it.
Yeah, what we've seen is there's no such thing for a young pitcher for like Jeffrey as a fastball count. I think you're going to get a fastball, perfect changeup. I mean, and not only did he throw it, it was a perfect location, great late movement, sold it very well.
Bird 2 for 10 off the Orioles this year, and he'll foul that one back and out of play. Boy, a great night for a ball game. Real good crowd, as we said, for the first game of the doubleheader, and increase that significantly here for game 2. 84 degrees for game 2, and it was about 87 in game 1. Runner off second base, 2-2, and Bird will fight that one off as well. So Ramirez does battle with Bird with 2 away here in the first inning.
Yeah, Yankees a much better home team at 33-13. ERA pretty much at 340, whether it's home or road, but boy, they score a lot more runs at home, over 5.5, than they do on the road at 4.6.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Manny holding the runner a bit tight at second. He's moved over there, and the pitch is going to be low. So a full count, 3-2 on Bird, and Duhar is waiting on deck. Orioles winning just their 6th 1-run game, 6-15 in 1-run ball games by taking game 1. 3-2 delivery, and Bird takes, and he's on.
Yeah, Chris Guccione, the home plate umpire, and Buck looking on. That ball pretty close to being a strike, fairly low.
So Andujar will come up. What a year for this youngster. Andujar stands in, leads all major league rookies, extra base hits with 39. second among rookies in multi-hit games and hits and batting average. Asks for a timeout at the plate and will get it.
Yeah, I was looking at his scouting report. He signed out of the Dominican for what, about 300 to 350,000. Always had a great bat and a plus arm.
Goes on the big cut for an RBI there.
Yeah, change up. He always said as he was coming up, it looks like he would get to the big leagues. Maybe chases some pitches, but power and a plus arm in the infield.
And Duhar vying for some Rookie of the Year consideration. 0-1 delivery to him, and Duhar will pop that one up. Silo shot at the plate, drifting back, and it will just go over the screen about 3 rows deep. A chance back to take a look. And Ramirez will get a count of 0-2. Exciting young player. He's given the Yankees such a tremendous boost. He's got a chance here with 2 on. Didi Gregorius and Bird. And Duhar almost for the Yankees in game 1. Came on as a pinch hitter 9th inning and delivered a single. Ended up wild pitch to second. Moved over to third on an out. Was stranded there. Runner goes. 0-2 hit him. Both runners were going that time. Was that off the? No, that was off him.
Well, close to being off the knob of the bat. And you know, again, 0-2, trying to get him out with breaking balls. Probably after you throw this pitch, and nope, got the arm.
So the hit batter will load him up for the Yankees here in the first inning. And even with the armor, it missed it all. And that will bring Frazier. Clint Frazier coming up, getting the start in left field. He had an 0 for 4 in game 1. He can make up for that in a hurry. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Yankees a run in. Pitch a great one on the outside corner.
Yeah, again, another great young fastball hitter. Got him out with breaking stuff. Snapped the bat over his knee after striking out second time.
There are the base runners for him. Gregorius, Bird, and Duhar. 0-1 delivery. That's outside, trying to get him to bite again.
Yeah, the moment of truth, and it comes early. Will it be 2 or 3 runs, or 4 or 5?
Second hit batter by Ramirez on the season. Loaded him up. Frazier a 1-1. Swings through an 88.
Yeah, good slider.
Up, thrown away. That's why you back up. You never know. You always see shortstop, second baseman throw when a runner's on. They go back behind the pitcher. And once in a millennium, this happens.
Well, you can see how deep Jonathan is, but he gets a good read here. Now watch this. Watch him come right now. He sees this. And Gregorius thinking, okay, but hey, who caught that? Whether it was Machado or Scope, who had a much better angle, 2 of the best throwing arms in the infield in the American League.
It's a big backup. 1-2. And he gets him. So Ramirez battles through. He will give up a run on 2 hits. No errors, but the Yankees will leave the bases loaded. Orioles coming up. that in game one at one point, 3-0. They lead it here 1-0. Orioles lineup brought to you by Southwest. Low fares, nothing to hide. That's transparency. Beckham, Scope, and Machado. Trumbo, Davis, who did not play in game one in Valencia. Peterson, who came on late in game one. Rickert and Cisco, who did not play in game one. In July, Trumbo, good month.
Luis Cessa out of Mexico. I mean, he's got a good arm, 94, 95. Slider, very important because Orioles seem to hit the fastball pretty well, even if it's in the mid-90s. So again, this will be his second start of the season. Early on, an oblique problem. Came over from Detroit along with Chad Green, who's an important part of their bullpen. So he's got hasn't won in 13 consecutive starts. Looking for a win.
Tim Beckham, a 1 for 4 in the opener. Takes the 95-mile-an-hour pitch. Tim hitting .212 on the year now. 26-year-old right-hander delivers, and Beckham will foul that one away. Against the Orioles, this is not the first time, as he appeared in 2016 against the Orioles, and comes in with a 1-1 mark against them.
Yeah, won his first 2 starts, once against the Angels and one of those against the O's.
That's going to go to second base. Hit hard, but Walker was right there.
I'll take a look at their defense. Just saw Walker, so Andujar, Gregorius, Walker, Bird around the infield. Austin Romine catching. Frazier, Gardner. Gardner already with a single and a run scored. Stanton with a home run in the first game, and also a single up the middle in right.
Cessa appeared against the Orioles in the series in New York, went an inning, did not give anything up, had a couple of strikeouts. Got the win in that first appearance back in August of 2016, and he gave up 3 runs, 5 hits, and 6 innings. Pitch taken for a strike. Jonathan Scope in the number 2 spot. Adam Jones, who started game 1, not in game 2 as a starter. Scope now has a 7-game hit streak. And a swing and a miss on the pitch away.
Well, that's why I highlighted the slider, because you know you're going to get some fastballs to hit, but if he gets that pitch over and brings that, he's got a curveball and a changeup, but if he gets the slider, the hard one that looks like the fastball, now it looks like they're going to try to elevate it up in the zone here.
0-2, he went upstairs, popped it up, out of play. For Jonathan, the hit streak is his season tying high 7, and picking up, of course, another multi-hit game. He's had multi-hit games in 5 of his last 6, which is such a great sign for the Orioles and for him. During the hit streak, he's 13 for 27. Set up away, grounded to short. Gregorius gets the body in front. Good stretch made by Bird. Scope retired, and there are 2 down. Manny also extended his hit streak. He had a big first game, as Manny ended up with a 1 for 4, 6-game hit streak for Manny. Two down, nobody on. Manny taking some time to get to the plate to give his starter a bit more time on the bench. And the pitch away for a ball. Manny will swing at a breaking ball. That's at slider at 85 down and away. Machado has faced Cessa before, 3 for 6, 2 home runs. And that pitch is going to be away. So you got to believe he will work him very carefully. And he's had multi-hit games, 5 of the last 10 for the Orioles. He's really picked the pace up again. He was only off for about a week where the numbers went down a little bit, and then right back on it again.
Well, what we've seen him do is hit the ball back up the middle. What about four of his hits right up the middle in the Minnesota 4-game series. So he'll take walks, and that's hard to do. You know, you're trying to make an impression. You know, they're pitching around you a lot, trying to get you to expand the strike zone, and But you know who's batting on deck. Aaron Boone, first-year manager for the Yanks, looking on.
So the Orioles get a base runner with 2 down. Here's Trumbo. Trumbo took advantage of a situation like this in the 4th inning and delivered a 2-run homer, 12th of the year. Trumbo will put that one to right center field. That is back near the warning track. It will be hauled in. Good play by Stanton, who got that one lined up and ran it down. No runs, no hits, 1 left on base. The 7 o'clock game against the Yankees. Each ticket package includes a 2-hour pregame painting session in the bullpen picnic area led by Pino's Palette, plus a ticket to the game. Ticket packages are exclusively available at Orioles.com/paint. 1-0 lead. Yankees on top. They'll bat here in the 2nd inning. The kind of weather where you bring out the finest clothes that you have available in that closet, and you can see the folks here at the ballpark who have done just that for this doubleheader. Here is Romine, who did not play in game 1. Certainly plays against the Orioles, though. He's gone 6 for 12 this year against the O's. 5 RBIs. Austin Romine puts it in the air. Davis with Rome. 1 away. Chris back out after having game 1 off for the lefty Sabathia, the starter, who did take the loss in that ball game. Sabathia 6-4 on the year now, and 19-11 lifetime against the Orioles. Walker stands in. Neil Walker getting the start at second base, played first base in the first game, and that'll be taken for a strike.
Well, drove in a run, also unable in the 3-run inning to catch a ground ball. Sun hit sharply off the bat of Scope after a leadoff walk. Once he hits a home run, and the Orioles get their 5th run.
Only had 3 hits in his last 35 at bats. That's why that average has dipped for Walker. Hitting in the 9 spot, and he's got Gardner on deck. Shift on by the Orioles in the infield. Ramirez and Witch down low with it. There's our shift. StatCast powered by AWS.
And certainly in this ballpark capable of hitting some home runs, because he's got power. He needs counts. I don't know if he'll get a fastball, but he'll be looking for it.
2-1 delivery. He's going to be outside. For Jeffrey Ramirez, 14 starts, AAA, 3-5, with a .388 earned run average. He had 72 strikeouts. Ball game's at AAA. And that one not close. Walks the number 9 hitter. Oriole fans, when the O's score 5 runs or more, get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com. Promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. And the Orioles got 5 in game 1. So 1 on and 1 down. Leadoff man Gardner, base hit, run scored for Gardner. And he'll take the pitch for a strike. Seven out of 10 on the first pitch strikes that have been thrown so far. Gardner .321 against the Orioles this year. Pitch inside, good block made. Ramirez has walked a couple, 1 in each of the first 2 innings. Just about every number he hits now is a career high.
Well, he's one of their gamers, and again, the big weekend, shows up, plays hard, really good outfielder, Gold Glove winner. Going to look right here for a ball he can hit hard to right field, try to drive it unless it's right on the corner.
Pokes that one the other way. Gardner's 9 for 28. 2 RBIs. And those numbers against the Orioles for this season. Gets into the leadoff spot because he has power, because he is a contact hitter, and because he will have extended at bats, forcing a pitcher early on in the ball game to throw a lot early.
Yeah, you get behind him. That's how he hit the 21 home runs last year. And otherwise, when you get into the fuller counts with 2 strikes, pitcher ahead in these cases, that's when he'll hit it everywhere.
Walker rating now as Ramirez taking a little time with Walker's lead over there, which he's not walked off to any great degree. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and too far away.
See, they know that his best secondary pitch, even though he had a pretty good slider, is that changeup. So, in the back of your mind, that's the ball he's going to throw for the outside corner. And of course, Gardner can hit that pitch to the left. He can also track it, and that one he tracks right out of the zone. They know, pretty good idea, very much like the Red Sox, what they want to hit.
2-2 delivery is going to go to Manning. He's got to force one over to first. Not quite in time. Gardner hustling down the line.
Yeah, got to turn,
avoiding the double play.
Got to turn a double play right here, and just took that extra. Oh, I think he's out. Maybe.
Showalter is having him look here on his video people, whether or not to challenge.
I think that foot didn't get down.
Nope.
Maybe he doesn't want to waste.
No, he hasn't decided yet.
Pretty big out, considering Judge is going to get to the plate if you think you might be able to get it turned, but that hesitation by Manny.
They do not challenge. Play will go on. Here is Judge, flying out to right field, his first time up, and Gardner on at first base. Gardner does get a good lead, and the pitch will be inside for a ball. Gardner wanting to draw the attention as much as even thinking about stealing a base. I mean, he's 8 out of 9, but look who you got at the plate.
And Judge just missed a home run, just shy of the right field wall.
He goes, and it is fouled back. He got a good lead, and he got a real good jump.
And that's also on the time. The Yankees with all their pre-scouting, and of course this is a straight steal. I mean, it doesn't look. It's not like he's, with 2 outs. It's not like he's right here, and then he comes up and then takes it in the ribs. It's going to hurt.
Some hitters don't appreciate, especially right-handers, guys running when they're trying to get their at bat in, guys like Judge who don't figure to be left in the batter's box on a caught stealing because their eyes will catch the runner going. Gardner hasn't cut his lead down at all. 1-1 delivery. Runner does not go into the shift. Manny's got it. Flip to second, and Scope finds the bag, and they get the out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. Where's that bag? Gotcha. Is David Faverty from Gaithersburg. 500 for being selected, 500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. Play Home Run Rich's scratch-offs, went up to 50,000, or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/home run. David, good luck. Sunset time here at the ballpark. And the pitch will be taken for a strike. Chris Davis. Chris did not play in game 1. He has a 2 for 5 off the Yankee right-hander. And got that one on the inside corner.
I'll take a look again. 5 home runs in his last 16 games, with 7 of the last 11 hits, extra bases. 5 of those home runs, a couple of doubles.
And that is going to land in the corner. Chris Davis on his way to second base. Giancarlo Stanton hunting around for it. Will get it back in. And the Orioles get a leadoff double.
Yeah, 2-strike leadoff double. Number 7 of the year. Take a look. 96 mile per hour exit velocity. Hooks it down in the corner. Nobody's playing there. And there's Stanton to run it down.
So the Orioles get a chance right away. Get this ball game tied up. Orioles were 2 for 8. Runners in scoring position in game 1. The Orioles left 7 on base. Danny Valencia, 265 in these situations. He'll take a strike. What a breakout for Danny. He grounded out his first time up, then drew a walk his second time up. And then in the 6th inning, in an 0 for 25 status, delivered the 3-run homer, his 9th of the year. Knocked Sabathia out of the game and gave the Orioles a lead they would not lose. That is their first strike.
Take a look. A little slider all day. CC trying to hit that outside corner. Didn't get the call. This one may be too much of the plate. Of course, already the New York paper saying Aaron Boone left him in too long. And pitch count, what, about 98 when he hit that home run?
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Well,
it's not long in innings for CC, but that pitch count was up, and when he came back out, a little rusty. He will be out of there. No play at second base. Walker going back to get it. So Davis stays at second. The Orioles are going to be hosting the Rangers Friday, July 13 through Sunday, July 15. And on Saturday, it's Celebrate Maryland Day at Oriole Park. First 35,000 fans, 15 and over, will receive an Orioles Maryland flag script replica jersey presented by Morgan State University. For tickets, go to Orioles.com. That'll bring Jace Peterson up. Peterson getting the start in left field. Pitch will be inside to him. Looking for his first hit against the Yankees this year. He's only had 4 at-bats against them. Base hit here could bring in a run. 1-0. Sessa misses up.
Well, actually, played for the Yankees early on. And then the Orioles claimed him.
Adam Jones getting ready to relieve. He's in the bullpen. 2-0 delivery on the way, and that will be their first strike. Good off-speed pitch. Leadoff double by Davis. He is still out there. Sessa looking to find a way out of the inning after the leadoff man gets on. 2-1. Cut that one in.
Yeah. You can see he's got a good arm, and he's got all the pitches. You know, can he stay out of the middle of the plate? Breaking ball on 2 strikes that didn't get where he wants to. Oh, poor Alan Mills. Alan on the left. Better get the earmuffs on. Cotton balls.
3-1 delivery. That's a strike. He was ready to go.
We'll take a look. 95. Right in front of Uchion's face versus face.
3-2. Davis off second. Gregorius holding him. Chopped that one foul. Sessa last year, AAA Yankees. Most of the time spent Scranton Wilkes-Barre with 14 games, 10 with the Yankees, 0-3 with the Yankees, 36 innings, 36 hits.
Yeah, part of that Chad Green, Justin Wilson went over to the Tigers. And he actually started with the Mets and went with Michael Fulmer, who's a terrific run for Cespedes.
That'll go to second base, and the play will be made by Walker. Over to third goes Davis. Peterson out of there, and there are 2 down.
Yeah, Justin Wilson, a hard throwing lefty, and they wanted a guy that eventually would do some closing, talking about the Tigers, and Ryan Cashman wanted a couple of arms. So Green, who throws in the upper 90s with a hard slider, and Sessa a little bit younger.
So where's Waldo is the question for this ball game. Only it's where's Adam? And who's he bothering now? 2 down. Just kidding. Runner off third base. Davis. Pitch will be taken away. Joey Rickard had a 2 for 4 in game number 1. And Joey's got a chance to pick up RBI right here. Davis will get a good secondary lead with the infield back at third base off the end of the bat.
I mean, if it drops a bunt down, he can walk down to first.
Yep.
And Duhar down there. I mean, maybe they'll tell him to come in, but he was deep. Moved in a couple of steps now.
1 ball, 1 strike. Sessa's delivery is right there. That pitch was so fat, Joey couldn't believe it. 1-2.
Oh, yes. So Pillsbury.
The Doe boy.
Well, yeah, pitch.
Right-hander's 1-2 pitch to him and stays alive. Orioles now lead in the season series against the Yankees 4-3 because of the doubleheader. This ends up being a 4-game set, and tomorrow night both managers, after getting a little sleep, will have Andrew Kashner and Masahiro Tanaka. 6:30 O's extra, 7 o'clock for the ball game on Masson. 1-2 delivery on the way. Tried to pull it back in, but it was too far up.
Yeah, they came in from Toronto. They've been talking to some of the coaches and players. They got in at a reasonable time, a little bit earlier than the Orioles.
They enjoyed a fine culinary experience here in Baltimore.
No doubt.
With a little vino. 2-2. And way outside, overthrew that one.
Almost to the backstop. Romine can catch, and good target. He was sitting inside, reached easily back across the plate.
So a 3-ball, 2-strike count. There are 2 down. Runner on at third base, and Joey Rickert trying either to get him in or get on. Full count delivery. He's going to have at least an 8-pitch at bat.
Well, that slider, it was a pitcher's pitch, and he fouled it off, and that's going to probably cost him 3 to 4 more pitches because Joey flicked it foul. It's such a big difference when you don't overswing, and you're willing to subjugate yourself, go the other way. May not get a hit, but you do get the pitch count up.
Here's the 3-2 again. Center field playing shallow, going back. Gardner, warning track, and he tracks it down. The record is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on base. The East wins page. This from the TampaBay.com coverage. Despite leading the league with a 2.09 ERA, second in wins, posting a litany of other impressive stats, Blake Snell was neither elected by the players nor selected by MLB on Sunday night for the All-Star game. Talk about taking a cruel and unexpected loss. That doesn't mean Snell won't end up going and pitching. Tampa Bay Times has learned he is next in line as a replacement if there is another opening, and there almost certainly will be.
Well, great young left-handed pitcher. You know, he can race through their minor leagues, and I don't know about a cruel loss, but
that's a Tampa Bay view there.
Yeah,
so
okay.
That's good.
Well, that's all right. I mean, they care.
Yeah. And there are always 3 or 4 pitchers who
somebody's
don't
going to bail, or they pitch on Sunday.
Pitch on Sunday.
Yeah. Whatever. You want to
and
get
a swing by Didi.
I mean, he's 12-4, and you know, Severino, the Yankees, got 14 wins. I don't think you want to get him more on purpose because he's having a terrific year.
Jeffrey Ramirez has an 0-2 count. Gregorius RBI double his first time up. Stanton to follow to the hole and a base hit.
Yeah, he's got a quick enough bat. I mean, 25 home runs last year, 20. So even if you think you can get the fastball by him,
So Gregorius 2 for 2 in the ball game. The Orioles welcome you and your best furry friend for a day at the ballpark. Bark Oriole Park ticket packages include the unique opportunity to bring your dog to one of the 2 Oriole games, plus an Orioles themed doggy bow tie. Portion of the proceeds benefiting Barks or the Baltimore Humane Society. For tickets, go to Orioles.com/Bark. Back to first base on the dive. Stanton coming up 2 for 4. Home run. Game 1. Number 22 on the year. Bird waiting on deck. Stanton will take it. It is in there for a strike. He didn't think so.
No. But it's only a strike. He doesn't even look back. Gregorius leads the Yankees with the most stolen bases and the most times thrown out. 10, 5 caught stealings.
That'll just miss inside. So Stanton also picked up a base hit. 24th multi-hit game coming in game 1. 274 average on the road this year for him. And we'll power that one back. And almost hit himself.
Yeah.
He wanted that so bad.
Well, 59 home runs and 18 in the month of August last year. So many articles written about him leaving Miami. What, 8 different managers, 18 over 8 years, 8 different hitting instructors. So happy to go to maybe a place with a little bit. Always had the financial security, but you know the Yankees pretty much stay with their guys unless they have a new manager like Aaron Boone.
I think Stanton's going to be around for a while. 1 ball 2 strike delivery to him, and again you try and tie him up. You don't want those arms out there, and that's what Ramirez tried to do there, but missed. 2 ball 2 strike count.
Well, he got him out the first time that way with a changeup, and not to be this time. Pretty much the same pitch that he just took.
Stanton will pull those arms in. The home run he hit, he didn't get the arms out, pulled them in a little bit, but he's so strong. 2-2, runner not going, hit hard off the bag. Man, he's got it. The throw is not in time, but that was close. A shot that just came off the bag right to Manny. And he's smiling a little, although I don't think anything different would have happened with the runners. And Buck wants to take a look on the play at first.
No, I mean a rocket, and I mean a rocket. I gotta imagine that ball probably 110 miles per hour off the bat. I mean, just boom up the middle, and then I'm not sure that he would have been able. Gregorius would have been able to get the third.
I don't think so either, Jim. Adam was right there, ready if the ball had gone into, or rather, Rickert was right there. The ball had gone into center field. So a base hit. First and second, nobody out. Here's Bird. He will take the pitch down low for a ball. So Bird gets the RBI chance.
Yeah, you're able
with 4 hits.
Yeah, able to pitch around him, and again, not a lot of hits, only hitting a little over 200, but power. 23 hits, 12 extra base hits, 5 of those home runs.
Got to walk his first time to the plate. That's going to miss. Against the Orioles this year, Bird has gone the 2 for 10. He's had the 2 hits have been extra base hits, a double and a triple, and he does have 1 RBI this year against the Orioles. So Ramirez again having to work at it. Runners on in each of the first 3. 2-0 and fooled him. Looking heat, didn't get it. 2-1. Ramirez just 24 years old, looking for his first major league win. 0-2 number this year and his career. Runners off first and second base, outfield deep. And Bird again over the top, and again went from 86 to 85.
Yeah. Well, take a look at our Mercedes pitch cast, back-to-back perfect changeups. The only thing would have been more perfect, he did a double play ball, but he swung through both of them. Now what? Young catcher, young pitcher.
Here's the 2-2 delivery, and down low, right there. It's Francisco looking for it.
Yeah, back-to-back changeups.
So a 3 ball 2 strike count. There's nobody out. Didi Gregorius, Stanton are the base runners. Orioles outfield shaded a bit towards left on Bird. Full count. And he gets him.
I'll tell you what, 4 straight changeups, get behind 2-0 and then make 4. I mean, really perfect pitches in the sense that the first 2 were strikes, then the third one missed, then it came back with the other one. Just couldn't quite time it. Yeah, hitting for hitters is all about rhythm and timing. He disrupted it.
Oh, a big out.
Look at that changeup. 32% of the time they've swung through it. It's a big number.
Andujar hit by a pitch his first time up. Andujar against the Orioles this year. He's gone 6 for 21, a home run and 6 RBIs against the Orioles. 1 for each of the games that he has started prior to this. Andujar trying to get a run in, stay out of a double play. Outside to him for a ball.
Well, he can just flat hit, and you know, got a hit in the first game off of Zach Britton to start the 9th, but so 39 extra base hits, multi-hit games, 25 of them. This leads all major league rookies. 82 hits now, and then throw in the fact that he can hit home runs.
23 years old, out of San Cristobal with the Yankees since 2012. Timeout asked for at the plate.
He's one of those kids at 16. They gave him a bunch of money. Same what they did. They gave, well, he got 300,000. Gary Sanchez, Marcus Thames, their hitting instructor, first full year as their.
Yeah. Great pitch, another one at 86. He's got the Yankees thinking hard stuff, and he's throwing the off-speed pitches.
Well, the changeup and the slider. Well, we've seen 94 with the fastball. That's how you slow the bat down a little bit.
274 minor league hitter for Andujar. Played in almost 600 minor league games before joining the Yankees last year. 1-1 and got around on it, fouls it off. So 1 ball 2 strike count. That one took him all the way across the plate. Last year, the year he moved all the way up from AA, AAA, and then 5 games with the Yankees.
What, they brought him up, he went 4 for 7 or something like that.
Yeah. 4 for 7 in 5 games. 1-2 pitch on the way, and he'll take it. Tough take.
But you can sense, if I'm Jeffrey Ramirez, you got to notice that for Chance Cisco, pitcher and catcher for the Orioles, because he took it like he almost was looking for it.
Andujar got the Rookie of the Year for the month of June in the American League. 2-2 delivery to him.
Oh, there's that change, yeah, and he just waffled it. Well, they have 2 of the best hitting rookies in the American League with Gleyber Torres, who had to go on the DL with a hip problem. Both of these guys can mash. Torres can play all over the infield, and he's their primary second baseman.
Two ball 2 strike count. Long wait out there. Gregorius leadoff single. Stanton followed that up with a base hit. They're still at first and second, and Andujar wants to step out again. Ramirez trying to make a big pitch here and get that ground ball. Only 1 away. And had a reach. Almost had him. Already some chances for each of these teams. Our PNC inside the numbers. It's a pretty good battle right here. 2 ball 2 strike delivery, and Andujar fights it off. He doesn't get cheated. He is not one. cutting down on his swing. The fact there are 2 strikes.
Well, he has such great bat speed, and I mean, of course, he knows Jeffrey Ramirez because they were teammates last year at Yankees AA affiliate Trenton. And Ramirez went 10-3 early on, and then when he was traded for international money to the Orioles, he went 5-0 at AA Bowie. So he went 15-3 last year in the minor leagues for the O's. So he knows Andujar, and he knows him.
Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Andujar waiting on it, and he ate him up on a pitch down and in.
Gave him a little look too, because that's the pitch he hit foul, and so he gets Bird on the changeup, and then Andujar with a changeup. Rob, great pitches. Location, movement.
Oh, big out right there. Leaves 2 on. Now there are 2 down. Frazier, a strikeout victim, his first time up, 1 of 3 strikeouts Ramirez has so far in the ball game. Clint Frazier with RBI chance. Runners, of course, often going on any contact here. Got the outside corner. Goes right outside after Frazier's in the on deck circling, watching Andujar strike out on a pitch down and in. He's thinking about that. Instead, he gets one on the outside corner.
Well, that's a book on him, and again, throwing it for strikes and the book are 2 different things.
Runners go. Cisco's throw. Got him!
Oh.
At third base. That's D.D. Gregorius who is called out. Boone's going to let his video people take a look here.
No, goodbye. Go get the glove.
Wow.
6th time he's been thrown out. He runs himself right out of this inning. Nice throw. Nice tag. And again, look at Beckham waiting for him.
Amazing. Chance averted with the help from the Yankees. Cisco. Orioles baseball on Maston is brought to you by PNC. Make today the day. And by the University of Maryland Medical Center. Be a part of something. Beautiful sunset on this summer day. Umpires are ready to go, but there's nobody at short. Gregorius just coming on the field.
Yeah, again, tag in the face, a lot of dirt. Took him a while to get his glove, and yeah, well, those are going to plays you hope you don't hurt your neck. Head first dives.
Everybody does it, no matter what is said. Jan Cisco will lead it off here. Yankees have the 1-0 lead. Orioles bat, 3rd inning. Cisco, then Beckham and Scope at the top of the order. Did not play in game 1. He is 0 for 1 off Sessa. Chance has had only 1 hit. Last 19 at bats, covering an 8-game span. Down to first, fair ball, snagged by Bird. Sessa covers and robs him.
Yeah, the minute they got to 2 strikes, they moved over, and otherwise that's a double.
Well, the Orioles, along with race ambassadors Chris and Jill Davis, are proud to once again host the 9th annual Casey Cares 5K Run Walk to raise funds to help critically ill children and their family members throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. The event's going to take place Saturday. To register or get more info, go to Orioles.com/Casey Cares. So Cisco denied an extra base hit. Pitch scooped up. Beckham at the plate. Beckham lined out to second. Hit the ball hard his first time up.
I mean, that was a perfect example of what shifts do in the modern day. The young hitters and some of the older guys. The minute they went to 2-0, Andujar, who was in for the bunt, moved to shortstop. Everybody moved over, hits a seed over the bag. In the old days, it used to be a double, and it's an easy out because Bird was playing pretty much where they could predict that he hit it.
It's amazing. 2-0 delivery on the way. You see the quarterbacks in football with the game card on their sleeve where they're looking at plays and situations. Baseball players now have them in their back pocket. The cards that say on this hitter I play here or this hitter I play there.
Yeah, or you look into the dugout and your infield coach or your outfielder coach is moving in.
You got the laptops allowed in the dugouts now, so they can have it all set up and just rotate pitch by pitch as to where somebody should play.
But the amazing thing is, if you said, where do you want to pitch San Francisco? Down and in is not where I want to pitch him, and they did, and he hit a rocket, and it's an out.
They pitched to the defense.
Yeah. Yeah, well, as long as you keep it in the park, I think that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah. And he walked him. Sessa surrenders the walk, and Beckham is on. That is the second walk that Sessa has allowed. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 supporting the Leukemia Lymphoma Society Light the Night Walk. O's have drawn 249 walks, total of $12,450. Care First encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Ground ball to third, had to back up a little bit. Andujar goes. Walker one, and not in time at first to double up Jonathan Scope.
Yeah, young player, and of course the minute you backtrap 2, and this ball's hit pretty hard, that's a little step right there. And he's got a good arm and makes a good throw, but that's the difference between getting 2 outs on 1 pitch and again with your big guys coming up. Machado walking to the plate and a chance in a 1-0 game to bat.
So Manny up with 2 down. He drew a walk his first time up. The rumor mill's endlessly churning. More each day.
More scouts.
Ken Rosenthal says the Yankees have now jumped into the mix again and are interested. They might even be willing to do something with Andujar. Foul back upstairs. And an 0-1 count. Manny will end up playing.
Well,
fill in the blank.
Andujar for Machado and some other guys. I think if I'm the Brian Cashman, I'm going, ooh, I might have to think about that for about 5 seconds.
Yeah. Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way. And,
I'm still on for Devers. I'm on for Devers and Jackie Bradley Jr. Resign Adam Jones, put him in right field or left field, depending where you are. You got a third baseman in Devers at 21 years old.
Yep. Move Beckham to short.
Or make him a utility guy. Get a shortstop.
Get a shortstop.
Just sign your number 3 draft choice was their number 2 draft choice, shortstop.
You got Scope at second, Davis at first. 0-2 delivery on the way, and that one's going to be in the dirt.
So there you go.
Well, we took care of that.
We fixed that.
It didn't take as long as other people are taking.
Well, we just got to get Dave Dombrowski on the phone. And,
Okay. Speaking of which, Red Sox leading Texas 2-0, and Steve Pearce 2-run homer first with Boston. He is now homered for all teams in the American League East. He's played for them all and has homered for them all. 1-2 pitch on the way. Manny drives it to center. Gardner over. Wow. Little jump and hauls it in. The Orioles, no runs, no hits, no errors, and one left on base. 3 complete. 1-0 Yankees. College. 2005, it took 11 years before Coors Field had a 1-0 game. Rockies escaped a bases loaded ninth, edged the Padres 847 regular season games, the longest ever needed in any ballpark to have a 1-0 score. And in 91, Cal, the 3-run homer lifted the AL 4-2 All-Star game, won the home run derby, game's MVP, and Tony La Russa became the first manager with 3 straight All-Star victories in 91. First pitch is going to be fouled off down the line.
I think that might have been off Dennis Martinez, who ended up having one of my former teammates, had a fabulous career. 245 wins, I believe, somewhere in that.
What an all-star experience for Cal. 0-1. On the way is going to be taken up high. 1-0 ball game. Yankees on top. Ramirez and Sessa doing battle. Couple of young pitchers. Third start for Sessa. That ball inside out will be fouled. Frazier got left at the plate when Didi Gregorius got thrown out at third and ended the Yankees inning with what they had was runners on at first and second and 2 down.
Yeah, so Frazier's Andrew Miller. He got traded in 2016, and then Gleyber Torres, who's made the All-Star game but is hurt. He's the Aroldis Chapman, who went to the Cubs, helped them win the World Series, and then re-signed a 5-year deal here. That's how they rebuilt their organization, something the Orioles are trying to do at this time this year.
2-2, got him to wave at one outside the strike zone.
And he's getting pitched to today. Yeah, the book on him is a really good fastball hitter, young hitter, inexperienced hitter. And then started, I mean, this ball ends up way, and you're going, how can you swing at a ball if you're a major league hitter that far out? Well, you don't really see the spin. The good slider, don't pick it up. So you think it's going to be on the corner, and you go, why did I swing at that? Well, you ever been up there? It's pretty easy.
4 strikeouts.
Yeah. And
there's that
right
same
there.
pitch. Yep. Romine popped out his first time up.
Well,
5 strikeouts against Seattle. Nope. Wrong guy. That was pitcher number 1.
That was the first game?
First game. And that one's foul back. Strikeouts 9 in the minors is his high. Games he's pitched this year, he had 4 in that ball game against Philadelphia, the last and longest start of his career.
Well, the whole idea of, and the Orioles, you know, we've talked about it. They don't use their money to actually go down to, at least in the last couple of years, to get international players. But what they do is they trade them for people like Jeffrey Ramirez or Paul Fry. It's a good changeup at finish. And the whole idea is to upgrade your pitching. And Ramirez is pitching in the big leagues. Fry is pitching in the big leagues. So over the last year, it's actually worked.
They certainly are counting on it. The Orioles,
I think, might be a nice, maybe a little more of a blend.
yes.
So, but it's worked in this case, and you know they got good reports on Jeffrey Ramirez, and
He's shown well. That ball popped up, skyscraper. Shortstop, center fielder, Manny. And there are 2 down here in the 4th inning. All right, PNC Minor League Insights brought to you by PNC. No better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day.
yeah, again, John Means, another left-hander. So 11th round, strike percentage. That's high. Anywhere you're up over 63, 64%. Now he is a fly ball pitcher. So, and then look at the strikeouts, 48 and 41 in the 2/3 innings.
Walker will take the first pitch. Number 9 hitter. Drew a walk his first time up. There are 2 down, nobody on, 0-1 count. Neil Walker, base hit. They had the shift on, so he took advantage of it and bunts his way on.
Well, he gets on for Gardner and he gets himself a base hit. You talked what, a 3 for 32. And Jeffrey Ramirez, former, he came up as an infielder. So again, it's just too good a bunt. If he had deadened it, he probably would have gotten it to, but he bunted just hard enough not only to get it by Ramirez, but no possible way of anybody else catching it.
So the base hit comes with 2 away. Does turn the order over.
And it's already got 75 pitches. We're here in the 4th, so they've made him work. I mean, he has pitched himself in and then on occasion out of trouble pretty well.
Base runners on every inning. Gardner reached on a fielder's choice last time up, singled, scored in the 1st inning. Didi Gregorius, an RBI double, brought him home in the 1st, and that is the only run up on the board.
And we've already seen Gardner with the first time he hit a ball into right field, so this opens with 2 outs, that hole into right. And he's certainly at 35 a veteran guy that'll look for a ball to pull. Davis holding Walker, who doesn't run a lot at first.
1-0 delivery on the way, and that'll be outside. Heart and Hustle winner in Major League Baseball, voted on by the Players Alumni Association. Each team nominates, and the retired players select somebody exemplifying the heart and hustle of the game, and be hard pressed to find a better pick than Gardner. 2-0 count, 2 down. Ball in the air to right field. He got all of it. And goodbye home run. You won't have to hustle. A 2-run shot, and the Yankees have a 3-0 lead.
All about the count. Veteran hitter, young pitcher. We've seen him really through the first 4. Every time he would get into a hitter's count, fastball count 2-0, he'd throw a changeup. Not this time. So home run on Friday night, walk off for game winner yesterday in Toronto for Brett Gardner. 7th home run, a 2-run shot to make it 3-0.
So that's how important that bunt base hit was to keep the inning alive and turn the order over.
I said it gets Gardner to the plate, and then he does this. 3rd time through the order. I mean, you know, it was a low fastball, but down and inside. And not too many lefties don't like it down and on the inside middle. So there's the optimum launch out angle. It goes 426 feet in a hurry.
So Gardner makes it a 3-0 ball game. 2nd home run off Ramirez this year. 1st one by a lefty.
And there's a lesson to be learned for Jeffrey Ramirez. I certainly learned it. Hey, some guys can hit the low heater. Gardner, one of them. Well, next time, don't throw him that pitch.
Gardner's 10th career home run off the Orioles. Judge has flied out, hit into a fielder's choice. 1 hit. 6 at bats in the doubleheader. 1-2 delivery on the way. That hit hard. That'll be a base hit. Peterson will play it back in, and Judge is on with a single, 3rd hit of the inning.
Yeah, drove in a run on a similar pitch off of Jimmy Yacobonis in the first game. It's a slider that doesn't quite get away, and because he's so strong, hits it over 100 miles per hour. 101. Think you're going to catch it. You got everybody stacked over there, but he hits it too hard.
So Judge now has an 8 for 29 against the Orioles this year. As Gardner delivering the long ball, 2-hit ball game for him, and he scored 2 runs and driven in 2. Didi Gregorius has had a big night. 2 hits, single, double, and an RBI, and then got tossed out ending an inning at third base. So Gregorius up with 2 down. Gregorius came in a .299 hitter against the Orioles in his career. 6 home runs against the O's. .1-0 delivery on the way. Breaking ball is going to miss.
Yeah, that's again, there are probably a lot of people. I'm one of them saying, okay, let's see, let's put a shift on Neil Walker. He's got 1 home run. We shift on him. He bunts, and it started all this.
Yep. He's getting on.
Yeah.
Getting
2
on.
outs. Put the pressure. Get the guys up for the 3rd time. 3rd best offense in the American League behind the Red Sox, number 1, and then Houston.
The team with the most home runs. 2-0 count, 2 down. Judge off first base. Not going to get this one by. Davis coming off the bag will get it. Didi Gregorius is retired. So a couple of runs in, 2-run shot by Gardner, and the Yankees have a 3-0 lead. The all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Gary Thorne and Jim Palmer. Great to have you with us here as the Orioles will have to battle back again. Brett Gardner's home run extending the lead, but it's the same lead the Yankees had in game 1. They were on top 3-0 a little earlier in the game, an inning earlier, and the Orioles came back. Part of the comeback led by Mark Trumbo. And Trumbo will take the pitch in there for a strike. 1 for 3, a home run, couple of RBIs in game 1 for Mark. 12 on the year now.
Yeah, hit it well, but Stanton ran it down on the Warner track to deep right center field the first time. High fastball.
Trumbo now 1 for 6 against Sessa.
Well, Sessa got in trouble, leadoff double to Chris Davis, and then the Orioles 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Didn't advance him, couldn't get him in.
Davis and then Valencia due up for the O's, and the pitch will bounce at the plate. Talked about Ramirez converting to a pitcher. Well, so did this guy. Sessa came up as an infielder, and in 2009 played in the infield, and then converted to a pitcher in 2011. 2-1 delivery on a way to the hole. That's going to be a base hit. Shift was on, and that's where they weren't.
Yeah, 2-1. You don't want to throw a fastball to him, even though you got a 3-0 lead. So change up the pitch of choice, and stays in the middle of the plate, and he just slices it into right field. That's what he's been doing.
Hey, on the 4th, the Orioles wore special patriotic themed jerseys and caps to honor the July 4 holiday. Go to Orioles.com/auctions to bid on these autographed and authenticated game-worn jerseys and caps. All proceeds benefit the USO of Metropolitan Washington Baltimore. Bidding closes Wednesday 10 p.m. That's Orioles.com/auctions. Chris Davis, a double his first time up, will foul that one back. Orioles winning the first game of the doubleheader, 1-run affair, 5-4, as they out-hit the Yankees 10-9, trailing in this one 3-0. And as we said, that was the case in game 1 too. And that's a strike on the inside corner.
Yeah, they got quickly ahead as you look at the pull zone. So you can see what 49, almost 70 some percent, 73% balls hit from the middle of the diamond over to right field, and that's why they're all over there.
Ooh, that's an eat 'em up pitch, down and in.
Well, anytime a guy throws your second strike at 95, you know that the ball is up in your fist. So, and then out of the same window, this is the great article in SB Nation about 3, 4, or 5 years ago, talking about if you can throw the same breaking ball out of a 95 mile per hour fastball up and in to a left-handed hitter, hard to not swing through it.
So Sessa picks up the strikeout. Now 1 down with a runner on at first base. Danny Valencia goes after the first pitch, heat upstairs. Valencia popped out to second base his first time up. 3-7-0 for the Yankees, 0-2-0 for the Orioles. Danny getting the start again in right field. One pitch off the end of the bat and foul. O2 delivery on the way, grounded towards short. Gregorius 1. Quick turn and got him. Bird made the big stretch. Kept the foot on the bag and was able to hang on to the baseball. Good arm right there by Walker. Orioles out of there. 1 hit, nobody left. the big board and now on TV. Don't forget now all season long for all Oriole home games for the kids 9 and under, 1 ticket purchased by an adult. You can bring 2 children free of charge. Kids cheer free. That's for the whole rest of the year. Great deal. And a great time for the youngsters and for the adults. Pitch on the way. It's foul, but it's fun to watch.
Yeah. Like BP. That they usually hits him fair. There's your changeup. Yeah, I thought it was a good pitch. Still, he hit it about 115 miles per hour and hooked it foul. That's the good news. Bad news, went through a seat on the way to through some popcorn and a glove.
Stanton's got a base hit, and he has grounded out. Well, Stanton with 3 hits now in the doubleheader. He's gone 3 for 6 with that home run in game 1. Reached. Did he go? They check and no. Change Livin Sparger down at first base.
And this is what Shane's looking at. Oh, he swung. Yeah, it's funny. The other Buck's going well.
Swung it out.
Yeah, he did.
2 ball, 2 strike.
Funny how the angle. That's why they always go to the opposite umpire, because he's got the best angle. From here, I didn't think he swung, but he certainly went around.
Yep. 2 ball, 2 strike. Pitch will be down low.
I could just see the Earl going, you know, if I really knew your name and I could pronounce it, I'd probably come out and argue. Maybe get thrown out, but since I don't,
I'll leave it alone.
Yeah.
John Tumpane had the plate in the first game. He gets second game off. Down to third. Fair! It'll roll all the way down to the corner. Stanton will go into second base. He's got a double. He'll make a turn just to make sure that throw comes in. So a leadoff double here in the 5th inning. 2 for 3 in the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, well over 300 on the road, with 11 home runs home and a road. Little change up, hooks it around the bag or over the bag. And great angle right here, right over the bag.
So the Orioles bullpen will start throwing in earnest as Roger McDowell comes out for the mound visit. Meisinger's up. 5 innings worked by Ramirez in each of the last 2 games at the major league level. And he is working here in the 5th inning. So McDowell drawing as much time as he can for the pen.
Yeah, you can see 3 innings over 20. So a little bit of wildness, and also the fact the Yankees are real good at this. Again, great offensively, blessed with home runs, but also, in the top 3 on base percentage. Not as much average. I mean, they're down in average, but I think like 5th or 6th. But all the other categories, 3rd in runs, 1st in home runs.
So the leadoff man is on again. Somebody on in each of the 5 innings against Ramirez in the ball game. 3 of the 5. One of those on has been the leadoff batter. Bird has struck out and walked. Bounces, runner goes, third base easily. Stanton. So the wild pitch charged.
Not easy, but try to block it. He slid out there off the glove, off the arm. And because of the scoreboard, I would imagine you're going to have to play the infield in.
Yankees have gone 1 for 5. Runners in scoring position today. Infield drawn in against Bird and shifted. 1-0 won't matter. Line drive that'll fall in for a base hit and an RBI. So Bird picks up the RBI, and Stanton will score the 4th run of the ball game for the Yankees.
Yeah, that base hit's all about the last time up. 4 straight changeups to strike him out. This time comes back with it when he gets it behind, and he's waiting for it to make it 4-0.
So the Yankees first 2 on and 1 in here in the 5th, and that will be it. As Ramirez getting the start is out of the ball game, and the Orioles will rely on the pen to try and hold this where it is.
Ramirez gets to pitch against his former team. The changeup worked well, the slider worked well, a couple of fastballs, 94, but overall fastball command not where we've seen it, so they take advantage of it. You can see the 4 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, and again the 2-run home run by Gardner. Pretty big blow there. Now a quick pitching change, just like Jiffy Lube signature service. Oil change in and out fast, and you never need an appointment. Ryan Meisinger pitched yesterday, did give up the Dozier home run. Fastball, slider, changeup pitcher. No chance to pitch at the big league. Won't be his 4th appearance.
Meisinger with a runner on at first base, 1 run in the inning, and the breaking ball will miss. Andujar has been hit by a pitch and he is struck out. Bowie, Norfolk, and now with the big club this year for Meisinger. Ground ball up the middle. Manny's there. Knocked it down. Scope gets one. That will be it. But a good play as Manny gets the out at second base on the diving stop.
That looks like it's going to be a base hit. Hit hard. The worm burner. There it is. He just quite can't get it out of the glove because with Scope's arm strength, maybe, just maybe, if he gets rid of it quicker, which he doesn't, but they do get the lead runner.
So Meisinger will now have a runner at first base, but have an out. Frazier up, 2 strikeouts. Frazier will inside out that one, foul.
Yeah, Ryan, not a hard thrower. We've seen 90, 92. He has to get the breaking ball over. The home run to Brian Dozier was fastball, middle of the plate on a 2-0 count. Clobbered it to left field with a couple of guys on.
Short lead at first base. 0-1 delivery away. Meisinger combined AAA, AA was 1-0. 26 games. 3.12 ERA. So a lot of jumps for the pitcher. On his way up. Kind of reverse numbers, lefties, righties when he was pitching, depending on whether he was at Bowie and Norfolk. Runner goes. Ground ball third is foul. And Andujar will come back. Left-handers at AA hit 250, 233 in Norfolk. Right-handers hit 333 in Bowie, but only $1.76 at Norfolk. So he really dropped the numbers down against the righties at AAA. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And Andujar not running. Down low, stop made chance Cisco, and he holds the runner at first. Well, the Yankees heading into the All-Star break trying to set some marks as far as the records are concerned, putting up this tremendous first half and still finding themselves a couple of games behind the Red Sox. They have already won 58 ball games. Trouble is the Red Sox have passed the 60 mark, and they're leading Texas tonight, 7th inning, still by a score of 2-0.
Well, the good news, at least they're only now 1 back. They were tied coming into the first game of the doubleheader in the loss column, but Yankees haven't played as many.
3-2 delivery, grounded to short. Manny's there. Scope relay, got him. So Frazier hits into the double play. Run picked up, couple of hits, no errors, and nobody left on base.
But Brett Gardner, who singles and then goes to second on the fly ball, scores on Gregorius, and then defense, Gold Glover in left field. But tonight, you never know. Flips it to Adam Jones, who's not playing. And then watch this play. A bullet to right center makes it look easy, and then but they score 1-0, 2-run home run to make it 3-0. They had another run, lead at 4-0 in the bottom of the fifth. Those are your Geico highlights. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Jake Peterson will take the first pitch for a strike. Sessa with 2 walks and 1 strikeout so far. Joey Rickard waiting on deck. Pitch will be inside. Orioles have stranded 3. Only one of those in scoring position. The Yankees, of course, with runners on every inning. They have stranded 6, but more importantly, they have plated 4. Down the third and foul, just missed. Heading for the line on that one. Couldn't quite get it there. Souvenir. Yes. A successful day at the park. Hold it up there. It's good stuff. 1-2. Walker. Over to Bird. And there's one away. Well, you talk about all the names out there, players who apparently are available. Here's somebody you may not think about, but because he's in Cincinnati for a ball club, hasn't played really well. But Scooter's Gannett's done an outstanding job. And as I said, astounding. Scooter Gannett, a baseball player named Scooter, OPS 84. 2015, going to fetch Cincinnati some nice prospects. You can't deny the momentum this team has right now, but there's no question Cincinnati is not going anywhere in the playoffs, so you can't deny that they're ultimately stuck in a rebuild and will sell at the deadline. This guy could help. Got a big average, home runs, RBIs.
We had 4 in a game last year after being released by the Brewers.
Yeah.
And I guess I know he was arbitration eligible, but really wasn't going to make that much money. Nope. And then he goes to the Reds and has a great year. Talking to some of the scouts, I said, you guys have really been playing well. He said, we still need pitching. Who doesn't?
Yeah. Yeah, the Reds put on a spurt after a couple of months just kind of lying around.
Well, Brian Price was fired early on, and then Jim Rickleman took over, and they kind of changed the direction.
Cincinnati still in last place in the Central, but and they are now 15 games out. Milwaukee ahead of the Cubs by a game and a half. 2-2 delivery on a check swing, did not go.
Yeah, Austin Romine navigating his way with a young pitcher. And remember, Sessa had 1 in 13 major league starts. Got himself a 4-0 lead. He needs to get a couple of other outs.
That's what he didn't want to do.
Joey Rickard did a nice job at ducking that high fastball.
So the walk with 1 down. It's a whole new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. RBI Baseball 18 delivers an all-new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 available now. Learn more at game.com. It's rated E for everybody. So Cisco up. Denied a hit on a fine play at first by Bird in his only at bat in the ball game. Hit it hard. And will take the pitch for a strike. Four nothing lead for the Yankees. That'll be fouled back and out of play.
You know, Sessa's been pretty impressive. Used all his pitches. Not overpowering, but very good velocity. And then he's been able to change speeds against a team that usually hits the fastball pretty well.
Oh, 2 count on him. Speed delivery, took it and was hoping he wasn't going to hear that sound from behind him, but kind of expected it.
Well, there's the changeup, and you can judge for yourself. Watch the glove. And then watch how far he brings it back.
So Romine helping the cause, and Chance Cisco paying the price. 2 down. Runner remains on at first base. And the top of the order, Tim Beckham. Beckham has drawn a walk and he is lined out. Orioles have been held to 2 hits. The double picked up by Davis leading off the second. He was stranded at third. Base hit picked up by Trumbo leading off the fourth. And he was taken out on a double play. Yankees have just pounded him out with runners on in every inning. Foul back and out of play.
Well, somebody needs to hit one, and that'll get the bullpen up. That'll get Luis Sessa thinking. Right now, he's just, hey, I'm making my pitches. Got a guy that's been around behind the plate. Tell me what to throw. All I got to do is throw it where the glove is. Move to the outside corner here.
He got it there and gets a foul ball and a strike out of it. So Sessa gets ahead of Tim Beckham 0-2. He's coming back off the DL on June 21. The 55 games were missed, and it's his 3rd stint with the Yankees. So it's been a tough year for him to get out there on the mound.
Yeah, well, I had the oblique problem early on.
Yeah. 0-2 delivery on the way. They set up away, and Beckham protects.
Yeah, he did miss 6 innings at the end of June for AAA Scranton, and so he got his pitches in, and he's been pretty efficient. Only the 2nd inning.
He didn't pitch from April 17 to June 22. 0-2 delivery on the way, and got him. That'll be strikeout number 3, as the Orioles will pick up a walk but leave him on base, and the Yankees lead at 4-0.
By sharing a photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Great to have you with us for this doubleheader. The Yankees winning this one 4-0. The Orioles 5-4 winners in game 1. Wright in relief 2-0. Sabathia the loser 6-4, and Zach Britton got his 2nd save of the year, first one here at Camden Yards, as the Orioles came away with a win and ended a 6-game losing streak. Pitch will be taken for a strike. Yankees bat in the top of the 6th. Romine has popped out a couple of times, short and first. Walker, and then the top of the order, Gardner. On in relief, Meisinger, as Ramirez went 4+, 4 runs, 9 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, his final line. So he will not pick up his first major league win in this ballgame.
Going to take a look, 11th round, and so a big guy, 6'4", 230th, pretty simple windup. And that pitch had a little extra, and then falls off. A lot of guys fall off, but It's what's your line with your front shoulder before you do that?
Close.
I mean, even
Decided he needed to run.
yeah.
He wasn't going to. So Romine comes back 1-2.
Yeah, a little slider, and then right here, I think, well, what if it comes back fair? No, goes foul.
Meisinger in 120 minor league games, 11-7, 20 saves, real good ERA, 2.37. Fouls that one right off the end.
And not a lot of walks.
No.
You know, like
Yeah,
one every
57
4
walks.
Yeah.
In 57 walks in 201 innings.
Yeah, so like one every 4 innings or so. So
pretty good ratio
it
with
is.
246
Yeah.
strikeouts.
I was asking him on the bench. I said, "Did you ever start the game?" He said, "Yeah, I think a sophomore in high school. Never professionally."
1-2 got him.
And I think Austin Romine knew it. He's going, "Oh, should have swung." I've heard it, seen it called right here, right around the knees. Chance Cisco does a nice job and catching it somewhere. I mean, this is, oh yeah, that's knee high.
It's right on the corner. That's the perfect pitch.
Especially the second game of a doubleheader.
Yeah.
It's a perfect pitch.
Here is Walker. A walk and a base hit. He scored in the 4th inning. Big home run by Gardner, his 7th in the 4th. Double Gregorius 1st inning, RBI. Bird RBI base hit in the 5th. Here's the leadoff batter waiting on deck. 0-1 will be taken inside. Shift is on against Walker. Walker with a hit in this one now, 6 for 22.
Well, it was a bunt
Against the Orioles.
Yeah, they gave him the bunt and he took it.
Yep.
And then Gardner homered.
And Beckham's not giving him the bunt this time as he's moved considerably closer than he was in that last at bat.
Yeah, but he still couldn't throw him out.
Yep. Not if you put it on a
No.
good bunt. And if he drags it towards second.
Well, yeah.
2-1 delivery on the way. And that will be up.
So you
So
get in
3-1.
Yeah, so we talked about Neil Walker and a switch hitter with power. Yeah. So now you all of a sudden you get into the home run count, especially here. Youngsters probably kind of waiting. They said 3-1. It might be coming our way.
He chased one up.
Well, he had that in mind. You know, thought he was going to get a fastball, did, but goes out of the zone and allows Ryan back into the count.
So an after ball 4 makes it a 3-2. Walker broke the bat into the shift, and he is retired. Manny Machado 2 down. As we follow Waldo around the ballpark, Adam Jones now in the pit with the grounds crew. He's been in the bullpen. He's been in the dugout. He's been walking around the field. And now having a good time over there with the grounds crew. He did receive a baseball, as you saw, from Gardner. Caught a fly ball in center and handed it to Jones as he went by when Adam was in the bullpen. Gardner will take the pitch for a strike. Single, homer, fielder's choice. 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Now Adam has moved further down the line. He's in the scoreboard right in the corner.
See, I think Adam, all these years, Adam just think the reason he plays is because he has talent. It's just that nobody wants to talk to him. I mean,
Yeah.
they just want him out on the field. Otherwise, he'd drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Very likable guy, but
That's
maybe
Nicole's office.
once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Maybe a year.
There he is. Okay, good. He knows he's on TV. He's never going to miss that. Yeah. Yeah. That's you. 0-2 delivery on the way. Well, he did come up with a perfect arrangement for him, talking trade, when we interviewed him in Minneapolis. He said, you just do the Chapman thing. You trade me, you get a lot of people back who are good. I go for the rest of the season, and then when the season's over, you sign me back up and I come back. I mean, there you go.
Well, it is an option.
It is an option. It is. He kind of smiled. 1-2 pitch on the way, and that one is swung on and fouled off. Told you the reports tonight where the Yankees have become a bit more aggressive regarding Machado. Ken Rosenthal reporting now they're trying to put a package together with Machado and Britton to go to the Yankees. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that's going to be fouled back.
Well, as good as Chapman is, he has that little knee inflammation. So,
yeah,
you know, we've seen what that's done to Andrew Miller for the Indians.
And the Yankees have depth. They have some people.
Oh, they have tons
that
of
you
depth.
can deal.
Yeah.
You're always a little hesitant on that if you're in the front office when you're dealing within your own division, because you're going to have to see these guys again.
Well, 19 times a year.
Yeah. So you want to make sure it's kind of you hope it's lopsided in your favor, but ultimately you really hope it's a fair deal and both teams benefit and all that kind of good stuff.
And I'm sure the Red Sox would really like that.
They would love that.
Manny going to the Yankees.
Yankees, yes.
Hey, we're going to get Devers and Bradley Jr. I'm telling you, it's a deal. Come on. Thank you, Kenny.
2-2 is going to go to second base. And the play made by Scope in a good inning. A 1-2-3 inning. Yankees remain on top. Waldo's going to move. And our Ram Doo-Wah brought to you by Ram Trucks. Experience the power and toughness of Ram at your local dealer. Or log on to ramtrucks.com to get to work. Guts, glory, Ram. Orioles baseball on Masson brought to you by Ocean City. There's no end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at OCOcean.com. Look into the Inner Harbor area from the ballpark. Yankees have the 4-0 lead, out hitting the Orioles 9-2 in this ball game. And the great view from on high here at Camden Yards. Center field. Home of Babe Ruth's dad's saloon. And a 1-0 count. Jonathan Scope leading it off. Jonathan an 0 for 2, trying to keep his 7-game hit streak going by adding another to it. So why not do it right here? He does. A base hit to right. Scope is on with a leadoff single.
Well, pretty automatic. You throw him away now all of a sudden, because I need to get some hits, and he's doing it.
That 8-game hit streak is a season high for him.
Well, a lot of options for Aaron Boone in his bullpen. You want to get him going, put some pressure on him. You know, again, you got to win this game. You lost the first one, and he's got as good a bullpen as pretty much any other number 2 in the American League, and put some pressure.
Manny has drawn a walk, and he has flied out. Manny's got a 5-game streak. And the fastball. Luis Sessa's gone the distance, 26-year-old. making the start, number 3. 4.97 ERA coming in. Doesn't walk many people. Only a couple in this game. Only one in the first 12 innings. It'll be tagged down the line, a souvenir. We will be right back at you tomorrow as this 4-game set will continue tomorrow night. Get back to 1 game. Andrew Kashner 2-9. Masahiro Tanaka 7-2. 6:30 O's extra. 7 o'clock for the ball game on Masson.
Yeah, pretty important game in a couple of cases for the Yankees. And Tanaka, he's been out since June 9th. Interleague. Kashner has been pitching well. Hadn't won any games because they don't score many runs. But again, Tanaka, saw him doing all his exercises, so hurt the hamstrings. Tagging on a sacrifice fly, interleague play. Has been out a month.
1-2 delivery on the way. Ground ball up the middle. Nice flip. Gregorius to Walker to Bird.
Yeah, pretty tailor-made once he gets it. Yeah, they use small gloves exactly for this reason. And again, you know, if you have a big glove, it gets caught in the web. Actually looks a little bigger than some of the ones that my infielders use. But right here, I mean, just easily out of there. Little flip. And Walker turns it.
Fine play. Gregorius right out of the glove and right on the money to Walker.
Well, second double play for Sessa. One off the bat of Valencia.
So 2 down here in the 6th inning. And Mike Trumbo will take a called strike. Trumbo, one of the Oriole hits in the ball game, and there have been only 3. Scope this inning. Trumbo back in the 4th, and the leadoff double by Davis in the 2nd. Pitch is going to be away. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Impressive performance by Sessa, getting himself back into season shape after all that time off. 1-1 delivery, set up outside, and it was there.
Yeah, perfectly thrown. Well, we've seen them all, and when he gets in trouble, he seems to be able to make a pitch to get out of trouble.
Still throwing hard. 1-2 delivery. The most wins the Yankees team has had going into an all-star break is 61. It was back in 1998, believe it or not. They have 58 wins coming into this game. And they're going to have 7 after that. 58. Yeah.
59.
59. Yeah. So they're closing in on that mark. So the Yankees may very well go into the all-star break with the most wins.
And that's the year they won, what, 114, I believe.
Oh.
And that was the American League high till Seattle broke it.
3-2 delivery on the way.
Yeah.
What a job by Sessa, if indeed that's it, although the Yankees pen remains quiet. A 4-0 lead. And back here at Camden Yards, the Oriole fans hoping for a rally here with time to do it. Got to hold the Yankees first. And the big swing by Judge. The DH has gone 1 for 3. Game 2 of this doubleheader. He's had a couple of hits, 7 at bats in the 2 games. And he will take that pitch inside. Meisinger working in relief of Ramirez, coming on in the 5th. Didn't have anybody out, so this is the 3rd inning he has started. Swing and a miss. Good off speed.
Really good one. Yeah, you know, I was looking at the numbers before the first game.
Gallegos just called up today.
Yeah, he may. I don't know if he's getting ready to come in or. But again, the DHs for the Yankees much higher average. There's a nice breaking ball. Perfect.
Play's got to be made at first, and we'll get him.
But again, they came in at 262 with 15 home runs, 37 RBIs, 50 runs. The Orioles were 13 home runs, 34 RBIs, 38 runs. Difference 262 versus 198 in the batting average. So that's how you get the run differential.
Yeah.
Thought it would have been higher than that.
Orioles run differential is not the worst in the American League. Kansas City came into the day minus 186, and the Orioles minus 144 starting today. Didi Gregorius, big second game with a couple of hits, double, single, RBI, and he is grounded out. Yankees batting in the 7th inning. Wild caught on that pitch away. Brad Brock getting ready in the bullpen. So both managers have been able to go through, unless this game gets tied up and goes a long way extra, been able to get through a doubleheader with bullpens pretty much intact. 1-1 delivery on the way is grounded to short. Manning.
Yeah,
2 down.
You could see him with his arm strength pick the hop. Thing about Gregorius and a lot of these Yankees, he runs hard. So no routine play. So he lays back and then the gun. A little tap on the money.
And the step to get him.
Yeah, when I first got to the big leagues, Louis Aparicio was almost looked like he was looking at, I think the American League president at that time was Lee McPhail. He would catch the ball. Oh, there's his autograph. Kind of time it. Zip.
Wanted every play to be one step.
And it was.
And it was.
An internal clock that all the good infielders have.
Giancarlo Stanton on a check swing. Did not go around. A double, a run scored last time up. Bird brought him home in an RBI. 2 for 3 in this ball game. So he's had a big doubleheader day with 4 hits, 7 at bats, home run. And we'll foul that one back.
Well, we always talk about trying to make adjustments in the middle of last season. I mean, he was on his way to having a good year, but completely closed his stance. Ended up hitting, as we mentioned, 18 home runs in the month of August. Ended up with 59.
Very, very upright.
And close. Look at that front foot closer to the plate.
Bounces off the plate.
But you talked about it. Not too many people have his strength.
Dangerous. I mean, really, he hits the ball so hard.
But it's a short swing. I mean, watch. Again, it's not real long. Boom. Yep.
You got him upstairs. Flips the bat over his head. And a very solid 1-2-3 inning. 3 strikeouts, Meisinger. 7th inning stretch time. Game 2 of our doubleheader. It is a 4-0 Yankee lead.
numbers, and boy, are they good ones for Luis Cessa out of Mexico. They needed a win. He hasn't won in 13 starts. Not a done deal, but he certainly gives them a chance. Again, he gets out of trouble after a leadoff double of the second inning, and then all of a sudden Gallegos is going to come in. You can see not a lot of innings. So he is their 26th man doubleheader. They get to add somebody. Orioles added Yacobonis, who started the first game, and Gallegos will start for the Yankees here in the 7th inning.
So Gallegos on for Cessa, as the Orioles could do nothing against the Yankees starter. Chris Davis will bat bottom half of the 7th inning. A double and a strikeout recorded. Pitch will be taken. Gallegos pitched in 14 games at AAA, where he had a 4.33 earned run average. And that pitch will be taken down low for a ball. 4th stint with the Yankees. Last appeared on June 30 against Boston. He worked 2 innings, gave up a couple of runs on 4 hits in that ball game. So he has been up and down with the Yankees as the extra arm has been needed. Davis will foul it away. Made his debut last year. 0-1, 4.87 ERA, all out of the bullpen. 16 relief appearances. Yankees signed him as a non-drafted free agent back in 2011. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Gallegos' pitch will be up high. $26,340 for the doubleheader. 2-6, 3-4-0 on this beautiful summer day and night here at Camden Yards. 3-1 pitch. Gallegos will get it in there. Chris a double, and he is struck out. Right-hander over the top. Davis will foul it away.
Yeah, his average fastball, and we'll see. Again, 3-2 with a 4-0 lead, might take a little off, is in the 94 mile per hour range. Slider, changeup, pitching pretty much a fastball slider pitcher.
Asked to get an inning, probably 2 if he can do it in a hurry. 3-2 delivery on the way, and Davis
good
draws
take
the
there.
line.
Yeah, thought about it and able to hold up. Again, 94, a little bit out of the zone, so a lot of positive things for Chris. It's a pitch that he would have swung through early, tracking it a little bit better, and then one of those questionable. Yankees wanted the call. Orioles get it.
That's a big walk. It's a leadoff walk. The Orioles need the runs now. Need the runners. Batting here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Valencia, then Peterson will be due up. And he has popped out. Hit into a double play. Ground ball down to third. Short hopped. And due hard a walker to Bird.
Yeah, once he flags it down, it's a done deal because of his arm strength. The hot corner. I mean, again, you don't get to pick your hops like a shortstop, and he doesn't. But he does backhand it, does a nice job, and then that's the 3rd double play. Look at that, backhand. Tough play, stays with it, keeps the glove down, comes up, and then Walker, 3rd time he's been able to complete the double play today.
Big double plays in this ball game turned by the Yankee infield. And the pitch with 2 down and nobody on is taken away by Jace Peterson. Leadoff man on in the 4th inning. Double play took that one out. Leadoff man on 6th inning. Double play took that out. Leadoff walk 7th inning. Double play took that out. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Gallegos working to Peterson with 2 down. 1-1 delivery to him. And it'll tail away. 2-1 delivery. Right-hander over the top. Bearing that one down. 95.
Yeah, right over the top with a little life. And a nice velocity at mid-90s.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Off the fists and back.
Yeah, and then again, a young pitcher, veteran backup catcher. You're late on a 2-1 where it's in your favor. What do? You don't speed the bat up. You try to come back with another one, but he fouls it off. And they know Jace Peterson because he was in spring training with him.
2 ball, 2 strike count on him.
Oh, nice breaking ball, but he lays off.
Red Sox have extended their lead to 5-0. Bottom of the 8th inning. JD Martinez just keeps plowing away. He has had a 3-run home run in the ball game. Martinez leading the league in RBIs now with 77 and 28 home runs. 3-2 delivery, and we'll draw the walk. So Gallegos surrenders a couple of walks in the inning. That'll get Joey Rickard to the plate. Joey with 2 down, runner at first. Fly ball out, the only official at bat he's had in the ball game. Pitch will be taken up. Runner goes. Throw down. Right there. So Peterson is caught stealing to end the 7th inning in a ball game where the Orioles trail by a score of 4-0. Game 3 of the 4-game set. Andrew Kashner on the mound against Masahiro Tanaka. Our coverage on MASN 6:30 O's Extra, presented by Southwest. Our game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN. Yankees up by a score of 4-0. We go to the 8th.
Yeah, Brad Brock coming on, and again, we're at the time of year where everybody's looking for a reliever, so I'm not sure he wants to leave the Orioles, but certainly with a free agent, another could leave and then come back. But so again, velocity's gone up. Kepler hit a change up the other night after he threw the fastball by him, so he gets to face Bird. We saw 92, 93 for the first 2 months, and now all of a sudden it's kind of back to where it was. And
Bird has faced him only once and gone 0 for 1. Bird has an RBI and a base hit, has struck out and walked. That'll be foul back. Brad Brock against the Yankees on the year, game number 4. He has 2 saves. Has worked 3 innings, giving up nothing. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts.
Well, he was a closer early on before the Achilles injury to Zach Britton.
0-2 the count. Almost. Close on that.
Well, he's got a great changeup. So again, you want a guy. You want to open up that outside corner. And you don't want to hit him in the front elbow because almost everybody now wears the protection, and you can see the armament.
1-2 delivery will be down and away. And shift is on.
And there is the changeup.
It's 2-2 deliveries right there, and he got him.
Whoops. Yeah, 96. Again, if you're sitting in the stands and you're a scout and you're saying, okay, are we thinking of maybe adding to our bullpen? And watch this. He almost walked right into the chance. Cisco's. Yep, he stops. He stops. Right on the corner. Perfect pitch.
Look at him. So Bird out of there, 1 down, 8th inning. Fouled away. And Duhar, fielder's choice. Last time up, hit by a pitch, and he is struck out. Adam Jones, our Where's Waldo, is back in the dugout where he started.
Well, he is a free swinger, 12 walks. And not that he's not hitting well, because he is, 39 extra base hits. But he's walked 12 times and now close to 300 times to the plate. So he can hack, and he's got great bat speed, and he can play third base. And he's 23.
Yep. A 1 ball, 1 strike count. Brock's delivered to him. Going to go away. And a 2 ball, 1 strike count. And Duhar will be followed by Frazier. Due up. Great job by Ryan Meisinger. 3 innings, 3 strikeouts, 0s in the rest of the columns. He did an outstanding job coming on as Ramirez worked 4+. Came on with a runner on, nobody out, and did not allow a run to score.
Yeah, pitches a lot crisper. You know, made the one mistake. The Dozier got behind him through the home run the other day.
2-2 chopper to the middle. Manny.
Nice pitch, and talking to Brad, he's not happy with his slider, and he's trying to stay behind it a little bit more. Good one. Strike the ball when you get ahead of the hitters. That'll work.
Frazier's got an 0 for 3. Still looking for his first hit in the doubleheader. He has gone 0 for 7 on the day. Clint Frazier, 2 down, nobody on. Whopping cut. Another 23-year-old out of Decatur, Georgia, breaking in with the Yankees last year at the major league level.
Yeah, reminds me, and of course he's played at a little higher level than Austin Hayes, who came up for the Orioles last year. Similar build, and both guys, big, strong guys. Of course, Hayes hit more home runs at A ball and AA than Frazier did, but when you come up here, they know you can hit the fastball, and okay, try to hit this, and then when you can't hit that, you can't hit the other. Just don't know what's coming.
Brock trying to have a clean inning here. The 1-2 delivery on the way will be outside to him. Brad 2-2 with 2 down. Yankees run in the first inning, a couple more in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. And the Orioles have not been able to muster a run against the starter, Luis Cessa. No runs, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks over 6 innings. Then Gallegos came on, and a couple of walks in the 7th inning, but double play helped get him out of that. 3-2 in the air to right, headed back to the scoreboard. looking up, and it'll go halfway off the board. Throw in by Valencia, not in time. An opposite field double for Fraser.
Yep, well, he's happy. Mainly because he finally got a fastball to hit. And then skied it. And again, anytime it's hit to this part of Camden Yards, you're thinking, well, maybe a home run outside third of the plate. But not that high up the wall, but certainly higher than Danny Valencia could jump.
So Fraser on with a double with 2 down. 10 hits for the Yankees. And Romine an 0 for 3. A couple of pop outs and a strikeout. Romine will take the pitch for a strike.
Well, this is where he's done such a good job. You know, came in at 321 runners in scoring position. Sanchez has been hurt on the DL now. You know, veteran backup, great game caller, and he can drive in runs.
So the Yankees 2 for 6 in that department here in this game after a 4 for 10 in game 1.
It just seems like he's able to and is willing to cut down on a swing and use right field. And the hitters that do that take that ball away, and whether it's a fastball or a slider, track it, and punch it into right.
Romine on a pitch away, lets it go. 2 ball 1 strike count to him. Whoa, he got the 2-1 way back in left field, and goodbye home run. Romine delivers the long ball, and with 2 down, the Yankees score 2 more here in the 8th inning and lead it 6-0.
That's a wow home run for Kevin Romine. I mean, Austin Romine. His brother Kevin also plays in the big leagues. Well, I mean, also, look at the back speed here. I mean, his fastball count and just whacks it.
All right, Ford drive of the game. Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. And the pitch will be taken up and away. So Romine, a lot of congratulations going on over there.
Well, a couple of big home runs by Gardner, and then that 3-run home run.
Romine's got 5.
Actually, a 2-run home run.
Yep. And 22 RBIs.
Well, how quick was that bat? Because he looked in an area, got it there, and just
whipped it.
Turned to him.
Ooh. That had that sound. Walker will take the pitch. So while Romine continues his onslaught of the Orioles this year, Romine with a 1 for 4 tonight is now 7 for 16 against the Orioles. 7 RBIs this year. And the pitch will be down low for a ball. And for Brad Brock, a couple of runs allowed, 2 of the last 3 that he has appeared in. Brad giving up the long ball in this one, and back into the screen. Tanner Scott warming up. 4th inning, the Yankees home run by Gardner. That came with 2 down. Get the runs in there, and now they get 2 more with 2 down. Brad Brock's going to be throwing the 26th pitch of the inning. 2-2 delivery, that one in the air, left center field, going back, warning track room, and can't get it. Bounces off the wall. Peterson into second base, a double. Peterson had that one curving away from him and never got it lined up and went down hard.
No, he plays all over, but he's playing relatively shallow. And then again, when you don't play a lot, you know where the wall is right here, and then this is where he gets hurt. You know, kind of corkscrewing, trying to catch it. Of course, Rickard almost funds over him, and then it's a collision with the wall, right shoulder, and not knowing where the ball is, and then You can see how shallow he is. Has to go a long, long way. And wondering when the wall is, and then stumbles into it and loses his balance, and that's why I don't think he could brace himself.
Ooh. He ran that right hip into that wall pretty good. So 2 down. He'll stay in. Runner on at second base. So at 2 outs, Yankees have had a double, a homer, and another double off Brad Brock. And here is Gardner. His 7th home run came in the 4th inning. Also has had a base hit, 2 for 4 in the game. Chance for another RBI with Walker on at second base. And he will take the pitch for a strike. Didn't think so. 1-1. Brad now has given up 3 home runs in 35 innings worked this year for the Orioles. 1-1 delivery on the way. Check swing. Gardner will take the pitch down low. Peterson was in some pain out there. He hit that wall and drove that hip into it. 2-1. Walker off second base. 3-1. Brock has doubled the number of pitches he would like to have thrown in this inning.
Yeah, he's usually around 16 to 17, but it's all because he got behind Frazier, young hitter, threw him a fastball.
Fair ball goes into foul territory. That will score Walker. Played back in by Valencia, and another double. So Gardner picks up his 3rd RBI of the ball game.
Yeah, a little change ups. Let's see right here. So right over the bag or not. We'll take a look. You know, again, it has to go. Doesn't have to land fair. Did it go over the corner of the bag? Yeah, I think it did. I think it actually hit the front of the bag.
Yeah. So that'll be it. Brad Brock will come out. Orioles will have to go to the bullpen here in the 8th inning as the Yankees extend the lead.
Comes in, and you can see a lot of strikeouts. 34 and 23 in the 3rd innings. Average fastball up in the leaders with 97 miles per hour. And again, he's been able to throw strikes. Dominates lefties, righties. Of course, Judge is going to be the first batter he faces who's right-handed. They're at 346. Another good test.
Tanner Scott, runner on at second base. Gardner. There are 2 down. Judge a base hit, 1 for 4 in this game, 2 for 8 in the doubleheader. All the the backstop.
Almost threw it through the screen. Wow. Well, again, that's the legend of Steve Dalkowski, who actually did throw it through a screen. Knocked the guy's ear off. Never walked less than 200, but also struck out as many. That's what he was able to do.
And nobody wanted to hit against him.
No. And that's why, I mean, he's got such an easy delivery. And of course, last year was all about, getting those mini starts, 24 of them, 3 innings to kind of get some command, work on the slider. Came in the other night in Minnesota, struck out the side.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way.
Yeah, a 6th-round draft choice. So again, I mean, it's so simple. It's no leg swing, just kind of picks the leg up.
Runner at third. Judge against the lefties. Significant difference. 242 off left-handers and 294 his average against the righties. Tanner Scott, 2 ball, 2 strike count, 2 down. Gardner's ready to move at third base should there be a wild pitch. He's also ready to move, and when that happens.
Well, Phil Nevin, the third's had a couple of near-death experiences in the sense the dodgeball almost got him in the first game. See, he's moving back. A lot of times, I mean, if there's a runner at second, he'd even be closer. But he's
no.
Yeah, he's retreating.
Say, Gardner, you're a veteran. You're on your own. 2-2 is up high. So Tanner Scott works the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2, 2 down. Yankees adding 3 runs here in the 8th inning, all coming with 2 away. Full count delivery, and he'll walk it. So Scott surrenders the walk to the first batter he faces, putting runners on at first and third for Didi Gregorius. Gregorius kicked the can in this game to get it started with an RBI double in the first inning and a base hit in the third. He's gone 2 for 4 here in the second game of the doubleheader. Whoa. I think the Yankees are getting the idea we might not want to dig in here.
Well, we saw a 98 to the screen. This one flagged down by Chance Cisco.
240.
Yeah, his sleeve length is, if he catches a couple more, that's going to go about an inch longer.
Yeah. 247 off lefties. 1-0. So Tanner Scott trying to find that elusive third out here in the 8th inning. You don't want to go any deeper. Giancarlo Stanton waiting on deck. First 2 outs came in a strikeout and a ground ball out for Brad Brock. Then he couldn't get the next 4, and Scott couldn't get the first batter he faces, Gardner, the lead runner, and the big man Judge. 3-0 pitch, and walked him. So 2 walks to 2 hitters by Tanner Scott. They're loaded.
Well, very inexperienced, and you're seeing it. The Orioles came into this doubleheader 11th out of the bullpen. The Yankees 2nd.
And Wade will run at first base. Wade played in the first game. Didi Gregorius out of the ball game. Bases loaded, 2 down. Giancarlo Stanton double single, 2 for 4, and a run scored in the ball game. And that pitch is up. And well off the mark. Stanton 363 off left-handers, 236 off righties. That's going to go to the hole. Manny Machado's there. He's got to go to first. Long throw, and didn't get him. Jonathan Scope. Scope came over to get it in the shift and threw high and pulled Davis off the bag.
That ball hit real hard, so he gets to it. There it is. So again, that extra, of course, trying to the crow hop, and then just the throw high enough. This would be a better angle right here, and Chris Davis trying to stay on the bag. Doesn't think he can catch it without coming off it, and then once again, what do? Do you run hard? He might be out. I mean, why wouldn't you? Says he's off. I don't think he was off. He may have beat it.
So they're going to challenge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what else you got to lose? You're out of the inning. They already gave him the run. It would stay what, at 7-0. Take a run off the board.
And end the inning. He touches right there. He's out. Is it conclusive that the call on the field was wrong?
Well, he called him for being off the bag. Now that doesn't mean I suppose you could overturn that because he wasn't. It just, did he beat the throw or not? And that's what they'll look at. And did that Davis foot beat the Stanton foot? So simple.
It is.
Yeah.
Bigger shoe wins.
So up. Does the foot get down?
Ooh. Safe.
Yep.
You know that's going to be, there wasn't enough to overturn it.
And so the toe may have gotten down, but it may not have engaged the bag until Stan's foot did get on the bag. But that's why you run hard.
So Jonathan picks up his 6th error. A run scores. Gardner came across to 8-0. Bases remain loaded. Judge, Wade, and Stanton. And we are back to where we started this inning. Bird. Ground ball down to first, foul. Bird started the inning out by striking out. Probably didn't figure he was going to be back up in the same inning. Runners get their lead. Tanner Scott, the 0-1. Wow. Check swing, foul ball. Bird has had 1 hit, 1 RBI, base hit, 5th inning. Orioles employ the shift here with 2 away. Bird will take it, and that's right there. So Scott will get the strikeout, and that will do it. But the big inning here has 4 added, and it's 8-0 Yankees. He's here in game 2. The Orioles with only 3 hits in the ball game. One of those runs unearned. One of the 4 in the 8th inning. So the Orioles had a shot going into that 8th inning, down by 4. It becomes a pretty big mountain. Wade will stay in the ball game after pinch running and play short. He ran for D.D. Gregorius. Joey Rickert will take the pitch for a strike.
And then Gallegos can pitch not only this inning but maybe the next. Aaron Boone gets the rest of his bullpen unless he wants to use somebody for an inning.
0-1 delivery will be down low. Rickert with a walk. Fly ball out. Gallegos coming on. 7th inning, couple of walks. Evident of the offensive thrust of the Yankees here. That ball down the line is going to be a base hit. Fraser will play it back in, and the Orioles, Joey Rickert, leadoff man on. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Chad Cisco grounded out, called out on strikes. I was going to say the Orioles are finishing up their 3rd time to the plate, while the Yankees have gone up 5 times throughout their lineup. When the hits are 13-4, you can pretty much figure that. 0-1 delivery, and that is a strike. 0-2. Every time Gallegos has been asked to pitch up and down, he's gone at least 2 innings, so going to get a chance to do at least that. Pitching here in the 8th.
You know, when he pitched for Staten Island, comes out of Mexico, he was a starter early on, and then last couple of years, AA, AAA last year, AAA the Yankees, it's always been as a reliever.
Oh-2 count. He takes a look over at first. Rickert being held loosely by Bird at the bag. And the pitch will be taken up high. Orioles here in this game have left only 1 man in scoring position in the ball game. The Orioles have had only 3 chances in those situations. 0 for 3, obviously, with nothing up on the board. 1-2 delivery. And the first foul.
Yeah, those double play balls are killers, 3 of them.
Orioles used the home run in game 1. Valencia's 3-run shot and Trumbo's 2 RBI homer, accounting for all 5 runs in the 5-4 win. But they have gone back here in this game to double and the rest singles, 3 of them. And that's fouled away. One-two delivery, runner off first, and that will cut a little bit too far inside. Trying to get him with that inside corner pitch, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gallegos working this very carefully to his 8th pitch of this at bat. Back center field, Gardner makes the catch, and that may have been out of here. Gardner went way up to the top of the wall and hauled it in. We'll look on the replay, but that looked like it had a shot to be out of the yard.
Well, that's 3 outstanding, not to mention the offensive plays, but Yeah, I don't think it's going out, but it's certainly going off the top of the wall. So he's been all over the outfield. And nicely grabbed. I mean, again, a Gold Glover. And Cisco said, well, I thought I might have at least had extra base hits. And a night of applause for Brett Gardner. Started it off with a single, scored the first run, 2-run home run, 3 great grabs. Right there, took a look where the wall is. And ball, I guess it could have gone out. You never know. Yeah.
Yep. So there is the first out. That ball is deep to left field. That's way back, and that's gone. Goodbye, home run. On the very next pitch, Tim Beckham puts one out of the ballpark, and the Orioles get on the board. It is a 2 RBI homer for the Orioles leadoff batter, and it's 8-2.
So a day of home runs. 2 run by Trumbo, 3 run by Valencia. And the hanging breaking ball, you can see about 414 feet. Gallegos hangs one, and Tim Beckham makes him pay.
So the Orioles, as they did in Minnesota, go deep without a run and then find one. David Faberty, our Maryland lottery contestant, $500 for the home run. Delivered by Tim Beckham. So the base is cleared, 1 away. Jonathan Scope, a base hit.
Yeah, there's that hanging curveball, and talk about bring your hands in. That's what he did. He knew where the bat head was. Bat head to the ball, and it just sails out of here. Projected at 414.
Chopper to short. Wade. 2 down here in the 8th. So Beckham delivering the long ball. And the Orioles again able to at least avoid a shutout. It's only his 2nd home run of the year. RBIs 7 and 8.
No, it's a Chris Davis solo home run in the top of the 9th in Minnesota yesterday, down by 10.
Yep. And Manny with an 0 for 2 and a walk. That broke the bat. Wade's got it. And the out recorded. So Manny retired, but the Orioles pick up a couple. Joey Rickard led it off with a single, then with 1 away, Beckham gets his 2nd of the year. And the Orioles on the board, 8-2. By Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. So the Yankees game 2 of the doubleheader, trying to split. Trey Mancini's come on to play in left field. One would believe that's because of Jace Peterson's collision into the wall out there. last half inning. May not be anything of consequence, but he certainly looked like it hurt. So just get him out of there in this ball game. Ball in the air to the gap, right center field by Andujar, and that's going to fall in, roll to the wall. He can fly, heading into second base. He's got a double.
Well, that's what he does. More extra base hits than any rookie. So that's number 40 right here. And again, you know, I mean, strong, quick bat. All right in the middle of the plate, and then he just belts it. Thought it was going to tail back enough, but Valencia couldn't catch up with it.
So Andujar is on with a leadoff double. And the pitch taken up high. 26 two-bagger hit by the young 23-year-old for the Yankees. Clert Fraser with a double. He is 1 for 4 in the ball game. 11th chance for the Yankees with a runner in scoring position. For the Orioles, out of the bullpen, Meisinger, 3 solid innings, 3 strikeouts. Brad Brock, 2/3 of an inning, charged with 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. And Tanner Scott, and that pitch is going to be up high. Orioles won the opener 5-4, but the Yankees have stormed back here in game number 2. 2-1 delivery on the way to him, up high and away. Ten batters came up in that last inning when they scored 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Scott came on, walked the first 2 he faced, then had to stay on longer because of an error. And another walk here.
And you're going to lose him for a couple of days because the pitch count's going to escalate. And you know, there are going to be days when you're a young lefty, and he's always had command problems. It's got certainly a lot better this year. You can see 13 balls, 9 strikes. Roger McDowell, hey, what does it feel like? Or can you get over your front side? I mean, everything up.
Orioles just getting the bullpen active. Paul Fry, another left-hander.
And that's really the last guy they really want to get up, because he had to pitch a couple of times in those 4 games in Minnesota. Once great, and then came back yesterday and they roughed him up.
Red Sox won their game against Texas 5-0 was the final. Pierce had that 2 RBI homer. Martinez the 3 RBI home run. So there are their 5 runs. And the former Oriole left-hander Rodriguez got his 11th win. He's now 11-3. He went 5 2/3, no runs. Steve Pierce, since joining Boston, is 11 for 24, hitting .458.
That's what Stevie can do from time to time.
Yeah. And that's going to be down the line. That will be a base hit going to the wall by Austin Romine. 1 run will score. Nobody covering second, so he'll go in standing. With that, a run comes in from third. He's out.
Maybe.
Good tag put on by Cisco on the relay throw from Manny. And
yeah, I'm not sure he got him. I mean, that's bang bang, and I mean, he does slide. Great play. I mean, again, maybe, how about Romine? 2-run home run the last time. Smokes it right here. Hit the cutoff man. Well, there you go. Except the cutoff man is not there. And did he get him? So tag. Yep, did get him.
He is out of there.
Perfect throw by Machado. Nice tag by Cisco.
Tanner Scott's delivery, runner at second base. There is 1 down. Valencia got it in from right field, and here is Neil Walker. So Romine has a 3 RBI ball game. 0-1 delivery. That is also in their first strike.
Yeah, that's the pitch that Tanner has been able over the last couple of weeks to get over. Not last inning. back-to-back sliders.
Runner off, second base, 0-2. Yankees now with a 9-2 lead. Frazier thrown out at the plate. He thought that ball was going to go nowhere because there was nobody at second. He didn't think anybody would have a chance to pick that ball up and get it to the plate in time to get him. Orioles made a good play, which they had to have in order to get the out on the throw by Manning. 1 ball, 2 strike count. So a double walk double here in the inning. The out recorded on the base paths at the plate. 1-2. Ground ball, shortstop, and he's got that one. Strong arm over, runner holds. Runner remains at second, but now there are 2 down. And Gardner.
A lot of Yankee fans. I mean, boy, what a game he's had.
2-run homer, his 7th. Led the ball game off with a single in the first inning and scored. Picked up a double, RBI, and another run scored in the 8th. 2 down. And Gardner will pump it foul the other way.
Yeah, just think if he had gotten a base hit off of Zach Britton in the save situation with the 2 outs, they're going crazier.
Still might be playing that game.
Yeah, well, there's a possibility.
Gardner 237 off lefties, 20 points higher off righties. 0-1 delivery on the way. That one tied him up. Good pitch by Tanner Scott. 0-2.
Well, Brett Gardner turns what, 35 in August, late August. You would never know. You know what, something like under 30 seconds from first to home on an extra base hit, one of the faster times of the year. Yeah, he can fly still.
Yep. Somehow able to fight those kind of pitches off. Well, Manny's had 2 more assists in this inning on the play at the plate and the 1 ground ball out. He's had 7 assists at shortstop here in game 2 of this doubleheader. He's had a busy night there. 0-2, 2 away. Off the plate. We were in Minneapolis. Joe Mauer on their road trip played in a game. Had no assists at first base. The infield had no assists in a game. It was all fly ball strikeouts. It was like the second time in Minnesota history, if I remember right, that had ever happened, and one of the few times in Major League history where an infielder.
Did they win? I mean, because they were 1-8 on that road trip. And
no. Didn't help.
Should have thrown more grounders, apparently. I don't know.
0-2 pitch on the way. Chopper. Gardner hustles. Scope up. Flips. Didn't get him. There's your heart and hustle winner.
Yeah. Well, first of all, you got to be able to make contact, and then always have that batting average on balls in play. Well, if you strike out, it's 0 right here. I mean, it's just the infield chopper, but he runs and he flies actually. Well, he's going to beat it out. I mean, the Scope as good as he is, no chance. Well across the bag.
Moves the runner over to third. Gardner has a 4-hit ball game. Still 2 down. It gets Judge back to the plate. He's had a base hit, a walk, times he's been on, 1 for 4 officially at the plate. First and third, 2 down. Tanner Scott, long outing. Count goes to 1-1. Gardner, by the way, gets his second 4-hit game of the year. He does have a career 5-hit game. That's his high. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Gardner will stop at second base. It will score Romine, and it is 10-2. And that will be it for the left-hander. So Judge picks up the RBI. 2 on, 2 down. Here in the 9th inning, and 2 more runs in for the Yankees. They lead it 10-2.
Early part of that 4-game series up in Minnesota, and then got roughed up a little bit. The defense wasn't particularly good, so righties at 300 and lefties at 200. Not a lot of innings. Looks like he's got a pretty good feel. Fastball a little bit more velocity than that I had heard maybe in spring training, and has done a nice job of stranding runners. Not a lot of body of work, but 5 out of 6.
And he will come on with Gardner at second and Judge at first, and Tyler Wade, who is going to get his first at bat. There are 2 down. Rise delivery will be fouled back. So far, Scott in an inning work charged with 2 runs on 4 hits. But he is responsible for the 2 base runners on. He walked 3. One of them got thrown out at the plate and reached for and fouled back.
Yeah, Tyler Wade he's starting to swing when Paul Fried wakes up, trying to just get the bat head on it, make contact. Yeah, Friday night they're really good for Paul, and he came in 2 1/3 innings, no hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. And then yesterday, and 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 4 runs, but only 1 of them earned.
Goes to left center field. Look out. Plenty of time. Rickard gets over and puts it away, so he finds the out. Couple more runs added. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Yankees on top 10-2. for the Orioles. We go to the bottom half of the ninth. Mr. Gardner's had a pretty good night.
Oh, we had Mr. Cave in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And we got Mr. Gardner in the second game here. Well, I'll tell you what, it was a must win, and it appears that they're on their way to a win. And of course, whether it's Sessa, who's going to win his first game in 13 attempts, or after 13 games where he hasn't won.
And the pitch taken by Trumbo. Trumbo, Davis, and Valencia due up bottom of the ninth inning. So it looks like a split of the doubleheader. Trumbo leaning away. Aaron Boone does not want to go to the bullpen here in a 10-2 game. Gallegos has not had very good control, but he wants him to find 3 outs here and get this over with.
Well, there's going to be a fastball, and yeah, Hank
third base, and Duhar got him.
Yeah, well, again, known for the power bat and the arm. That ball scalded. I mean, it's 2-0. Mark Trumbo's looking for it. I mean, a seed. But again, just somewhere. And then he knows who's running, doesn't hurry. Flags it down, and that ball was 105 miles per hour off the bat. Easily thrown out.
Fine play. Davis a double, first time up, and has struck out and walked. So Sessa will get the win. He'll be 2-1. Ramirez will take the loss. 0-3. The Orioles starter. 4 runs, 9 hits over 4+ innings. Oriole bullpen gave up 6 runs on 8 hits. Meisinger, the only one who got through it with a fine 3 innings, 3 strikeouts. Brock, 4 runs, 3 earned, 4 hits, and 2/3. And Tanner Scott, 2 runs, 4 hits, and an inning. Some of the Yankees on the year did damage tonight. Keep doing it. And Duhar's now 7 for 25 against the Orioles. Gardner's had a home run, 5 RBIs, 3 runs scored this year against the Orioles. Davis into the shift. Walker.
Yeah, Gallegos says that he's trying to invent some pitches. Nice little changeup.
Judge against the Orioles on the year, 10 for 36, 2 homers and 7 RBIs. Didi Gregorius has gone 10 for 27 this year, driven in 4. And Austin Romine, 8 for 17 against the Orioles this year, a home run and 8 RBIs. 2 down. That one will be fouled back. Danny Valencia. 2 away here in the ninth.
Yeah, and the guy that hit 33 home runs for him last year, Gary Sanchez, on the DL, struggling. I mean, under 200 with, still hitting home runs because that's what he does. There he is. So Severino on the right with 14 wins, 2 losses.
One ball, 1 strike count. Gallegos trying to finish it up. And it'll be fouled off, and that one hurt. Romine, piece of that one.
Well, they always hurt. I would assume they don't hurt as much right off the knee. And you already hit a 2-run home run, doubled in another run. Still gets your attention. Well, you always talk about it. Even to have all that protection, the ball's going to find a place that isn't protected.
One, 2, foul back and out of play.
Yeah, one of those games, if you're Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, you little book, okay. Throws pretty good. Hung a curveball, 2-run home run, big lead. Stung another one. But perfect for this type of game. They bring him in. He eats the innings up. They keep adding runs. He gives up 2, but they get more.
And a towering pop up towards left center. Left fielder calls. put away by Fraser, and that will be it. Orioles are retired in order. So the doubleheader is a split as the Yankees come away with a 10-2 win in this one after the Orioles won the opener by a score of 5-4. Game 3 of the series coming up tomorrow. Andrew Kashner on the mound against Masahiro Tanaka. Our coverage on Masson, 6:30 O's Extra, presented by Southwest. Our game coverage will be at 7. This has been a Masson presentation. Tom and Rick coming up. Look back at Game 2 and Game 1 as the Yankees and Orioles go at it here in this tilt. For Jim Palmer and all of our crew, I'm Gary Thorne. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of the night. Your final, the Yankees 10 and the Orioles 2. Adieu.